Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO retrospective podcast where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
Bill, I'm surprised. Surprised that after 150 episodes, over 3 years of doing this thing, you have yet to get sick of me and tell me to fuck off. But so I'm doing fucking amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great. First day back at work after a long, somewhat forced long weekend. It rained like the whole time, so that was fun. It either rained or it was like at 90 degrees. It was wonderful.
They were teasing the rain here, but it never happened. Do you still have all 10 digits? Let me see.
I do.
Do you still
Scars and everything.
All right, whip it out. Did you blow your dick off?
No.
Okay, good.
That's fine.
Yeah, my fourth weekend, it was hectic. Bunch of family here and all kinds of crazy shit going on and a whole thing. But the end of it, I did get to cap it off. Me and Junior watching some fireworks together and just enjoying him, just like looking at them just in complete awe and being like, these are so cool, because he's at that age where fireworks are the coolest thing ever. Yeah. So it was good for him. So it was all dandy. And then I got a little bit of break time and just playing some games, because the next Thrack Ops will be recorded probably next week.
Nice.
So yeah, waiting on my guest for that one. So in the meantime, I'm just kind of dicking around playing some other games. For some reason I booted up Saints Row the Third and Just Cause, the first one. I played the first one back in the day, and I remember really digging it and thinking it was cool. And then I've been playing it here, and I'm like, God damn, this game didn't age well at all. But I'll probably blast my way. There's only 4 of them, so I might just try to play through all 4 of them. In fact, I actually bought the second one today because I had to go to the post office.
Nice.
So
I finally sat down and watched the Mario Galaxy movie.
What'd you think?
Better than the first, believe it or not.
In some ways.
The thing I liked the most was there was no shitty licensed music that didn't fit the mood at all. Like, it was all like actual like game
Wasn't
music.
there some licensed music in that though?
None that I saw.
Okay. Yeah, the first one was full of it. I mean, the first one was borderline a Minions movie.
Yeah, like the whole like, we need a hero. I'm like, no, we don't.
Only Shrek 2 can use that song.
Well, Shrek 2 is just like that. That's like
and
a
it's
series,
and it's a cover version of it too.
Yeah,
where the lady playing the fairy godmother, does her own version of it, and again, it fits with the tone of that movie and that scene. I don't need to sit here and applaud the pure cinema that is Shrek 2, do I?
I mean, that movie is a classic. I don't care.
I love Shrek. It's my favorite of the Shreks. I love Shrek 2 to death. People always go on about the first one, and I'm like, the first one's fine.
The first one's a good movie, but it's not like it's quotable. That's the thing about it.
And when you know the history of that and like
the original voice of Shrek,
not the original voice, but just more of like how the movie is basically like a giant middle finger to Disney.
Yeah,
it does kind of taint the movie a little bit. I mean, it's fuck Disney is fine. But the movie is very mean-spirited.
It is.
Shrek 2 drops kind of all of that, like kind of pretentious inside baseball stuff and just makes a good movie. Yeah. And then the third one just kind of, I haven't seen that movie in years. I just remember being just not liking the whole, God, who was the human guy with Shrek? It wasn't Prince Charming. It was King Arthur, right?
Yeah.
I remember just that whole thing being meh.
Find a new king, and then I never saw the fourth one. I never cared. I stopped caring after the third one.
Is that when he got all the kids?
The third one was where they had the kids. Then the fourth one was like the weird time travel plot.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that one, but yeah, it's all right. And now they're making a fifth one for some goddamn reason.
Yeah. I mean, good for them, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, Galaxy movie. It's fine.
Solid. Didn't hate it. Thought the plot twist was interesting. I'm not going to
call it a twist.
I wasn't expecting them to go there, especially considering Miyamoto produced it and he's Mr. I hate plot, lore, and story.
Yeah, they kind of forced it in there, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm
But,
gonna
yeah.
obviously probably talk more about it in the future on a GNC with Alex, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid film, better
Mhm.
than I expected. Sonic's still better. Like that's just.
Oh yeah.
And then of course we had to
Next
watch.
one's in March, right?
I believe so. The first trailer
Okay.
came out,
We
and then of course
we should do a review of that.
we should honestly. Yeah, and then of course we had to follow that up by watching some garbage. So Alex wanted to watch the fucking B movie after. I'm like, fuck, I don't care. It's still shit. It's still shit.
Now you want to talk about a movie that's just a bunch of quotables?
You like jazz?
That's the B movie. Yeah, that's a weird movie. Like, so she's gonna fuck the bee? How does that work?
I don't know.
I guess she must have been underage. That's why Jerry Seinfeld was so attracted to her. I'm dating a 4-year-old. I assume you know that story.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't like to think about shit like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it light before we, talk about the
gaming industry imploding.
Yeah. The crash that I've been saying was going to happen, guys. I guess it's here now. Well, I guess before we get to the two big ones, just throw out there, just looking at little lighter stuff. The next Shantae game got announced in the middle of all this. Way Forward was at the Anime Expo, and they're just like, "Yep, we're working on the next Shantae. Hopefully, it's out next year." Everyone's like, "Yay!" And I'm like, "Cool." I still haven't played Risky's Revolution because it never goes on fucking sale.
I still haven't played many of those games. I really got to get around to it.
Well, I've played all of them up to
Seven Seals.
It's not called Seven Seals. Seven something. Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, God damn it! I have played that one. Seven Sirens.
Seven Sirens. Yeah.
Greek mythology. Song of the Sirens. Yeah, I've played all those. It's like 5 games. So I just haven't gotten to Risky's Revolution because it never goes on fucking sale ever.
Yeah.
So, maybe one day it will, and then we'll get there. Other than that, well, do you want to talk about the 3DO stuff now?
Yeah, let's do that first before we get into the extreme negative.
Yeah, okay. So if you guys remember last week, that whole weird shit with Empire Interactive and the 3DO stuff, and I'd actually DM'd this guy on LinkedIn. That was the only way I could talk to him. I outed myself for this fuck and, mentioned that, it would be interesting to chat with him about his vision and everything. And he did get back to me saying he was willing to schedule some time and everything. And I was like, cool. Just let me know when you figure something out and we can go from there. And then maybe a day or two later, he sent me a link to an announcement that they had made. And I'm going to read it verbatim. Public announcement. Last week, we announced our plan to revive the 3DO project. After careful consideration, we have decided to abandon both the console production and the idea of remastering retro games. The reason for this decision is the emergence of multiple parties claiming ownership rights over both the games and the console manufacturing process. Given the niche nature of this market and the likelihood of prolonged legal disputes, we have chosen not to engage in lengthy legal proceedings. Instead, we will focus our efforts on developing our own next-generation games. These games will be published under the Empire Interactive label. So,
everything we predicted in the last episode came true.
So clearly, whoever sold him that 3DO license was a snake oil salesman.
It sounds exactly like the Glover people. Like, it literally sounds exactly like that situation.
Yeah, and then of course people below it are like, wait, what's going on? What? Again, LinkedIn is a fucking nightmare. I don't know if any of you ever been on there.
I know.
Like you'll see like doom posts where people are complaining about AI, but they're like, oh, but you can use it to get ahead, or why it's actually like good for you or whatever. It is weird. And then that guy, a little bit later, posted on his own personal Instagram saying, the 3DO story is still making headlines in the gaming press. When we first got involved, we genuinely had big dreams. Trip Hawkins has always been someone I admire and look up to. I truly hope that one day another entrepreneur will be able to bring 3DO and Trip Hawkins' visionary 1990s vision to life. And he added Trip, and Trip liked the damn thing. So I'm like, did this motherfucker talk to Trip Hawkins?
Probably not. Trip probably just
can't, but this motherfucker can.
Knowing Trip, he probably saw it and just went, like, and then just moved on with his life.
But it said 3DO. You think he would have downvoted?
No, he just saw his name and was like, yeah, good.
Like a true narcissist.
I'm being praised. I've heard he's a very nice guy.
I know.
But,
I'm teasing. Trip, please come on the show. Because apparently Empire Interactive now they're also claiming like South Peak Games and Digital Chocolates and all these other like
Trip's other company that's no longer a thing. I see.
Like he's just starting to claim all of these like
South Peak.
Yeah, all these. One. I know, like all these like smaller devs that again, I feel like again he's just buying the name and not like the rights, and it's like dude, why are you buying up all the names of these devs? Like that doesn't guarantee you have any IPs, and like you should just make the fucking games. You know, like the only game that they announced was that Sim clone.
Yeah, the thing that they've canceled everything except for that, and I'm like, that is like one of the most blatant ripoffs I've ever seen.
The only thing I could guess is maybe that like EA just doesn't, or they're a little busy, you know, losing their Saudi money, and they might die.
They also don't care about the Sims anymore because they've already said they're not making a 5.
Yeah. Though going to Empire Interactive's site, I go to games, and Samora is not there anymore.
Maybe they did get
so maybe they did get
C&D in the background.
They got C&D
because they were straight up using art from the games.
Yeah, because looking at their website, there's just a blurb in here, and then just saying that they're they've acquired these names, and it's like, but it doesn't mean the name doesn't mean anything if you don't have the fucking games, my dude. And then his LinkedIn didn't have a profile picture, but he recently just posted one, and it just looks like some dude in his like mid to late 20s who's probably trying to do some Gen Z grind set bullshit, and it's like, dude, you're fucked. Like this isn't how any of this works. So so unfortunately the book is most likely closed on this guy. But
I like the fact that this blew up just enough for people to notice it, and then immediately everyone be like, you can't do that, buddy.
Yeah, clearly a guy who, if he is who he says he is, he must be incredibly naive. But my guess is he's not. He's not who he says he is. He is, as my nieces said, he's LARPing.
I find it hilarious. He's building his entire brand off of resurrecting like D-list like publishers. And
yeah, but it's like the games that they're associated with, the devs don't own those games. It's the publishers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if those devs ever published anything.
I mean, I only know Empire for publishing like those Ford racing games back in the day. Yeah,
and it's like, I'm sure those, I mean, even if you own those games, it's like they have the Ford license.
Yeah, those aren't getting
released. And that ain't cheap. Ask Microsoft about that.
Yeah. There's also like, when I think South Peak used to publish all of like those obscure DS games that like the big publishers didn't want, like Dementium 2 or like some other weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Basically the fun stuff.
Yeah, and Digital Chocolate, that is like Tripp's mobile studio, right?
That was the 3DO successor. It's closed now. He shut it down.
So, I mean, there's a chance the dude offered to buy the name from Tripp, and Tripp's like, sure. If you want it, you can have it.
Because I think Tripp had started a new company after. Because Digital Chocolate.
I don't even know what Tripp does anymore.
Creates companies, I guess. Because Digital Chocolate was pretty successful. Like they had a bunch of like really early.
Yeah, they came in
phone games.
Yeah, they came in early when there wasn't a lot of competition, so he was able to kind of swoop in and make a name for.
See, you know what their games were? Their games were the really fun ones. Like Tower Blocks was really fun. I played a lot of Tower Blocks, but those games would fucking kill your battery. Like, holy shit, they were like too much for the phones half the time.
Yeah. But people didn't really know what they were doing back. Like Tornado Mania, I remember that being a bit of a game.
I remember the one that was a Breakout Clone was pretty fun. The Super Penguin Catapult was fun.
Yeah. So, there are things there with that one. But again, it's like, what are you going to put these mobile games on Switch? Like, come on, people didn't like that anyway. So yeah, that's probably dead in the water. I don't know if he actually listened to the podcast at
I
all,
doubt
or
it.
if he's listening at all. Small chance. I did give him the name and everything, so there's a small chance. And if so, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all that. All right, let's rip this goddamn Band-Aid off. We'll start with Sony because they were first.
Before we get into it, I just want to say I love this like random like battle that Sony and Microsoft are in right now to see who can have the worst PR. Like it's really funny. They trade off. So I'm waiting for Sony's eventually going to come out of hiding and do something stupid.
Though both of these news, they exist for different reasons though.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into. So the first one is Sony. They have announced that starting in January of 2028, they are ceasing production on all physical disc copies for their consoles, not just third party, but also their first party stuff. So by January 2028, everything's going to be all digital. They said no more disc drives. You're dead. Though you can still reprint old games. They said because like the factory that these all are made in, I believe, is in Austria, somewhere in Europe. They're not shutting down, but they're ceasing production or slowing down production. I don't think the factory is completely shutting down.
Well, Blu-ray discs aren't going anywhere. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's probably still money to be made from Blu-ray movies and things like that.
If CDs are still going strong, Blu-rays ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. And somebody said that I thought was interesting was that there's no way this was a Japan move. And I'm like, Sony of Japan probably did not push for this one. It had to be the Western side. Because I believe PlayStation, aren't they headquartered in Europe?
They have a base in all three because there's
yeah, they have in all three, but I think it's Europe that calls the shots these days. I think. I could be wrong on that.
Who's the CEO at this point? I don't even know anymore.
I don't fucking know. They kind of like to be a faceless entity to some degree. And yeah, there's been Jesus Christ, the floodgates opened on this one.
Yeah, to say that the gamers didn't take it well.
That's a way to put it. In fact, our boy Bill here and an honorary beloved boy Tony Baloney went on the was it the Easy Conversation?
Easy Conversations with Ezra, I believe it's called.
With Ezra, who may or may not be in the network. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't believe he is, but he did recently join the server.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, Bill and Tony talked to him about this whole thing. So you can go listen to that if you want some more detail on it. I guess this is mostly just like my opinion on the thing, where looking at it
as well.
Oh yeah. My thoughts, looking at everything, it's like I understand why they're doing what they do. You know, in a world where it's make number bigger, make profits higher. The easiest way to do that is to cut down on cost. And they looked at cutting the cost on physical games as an easy way to make the number bigger, especially when I feel like it's not even necessarily the production of the physical copies themselves that are that expensive. I can't imagine Blu-ray discs are that expensive to produce, and let alone like the cheap ass plastic cases that they use that are always broken when you buy them and everything that people always complain about how fucking shitty like PS4 and PS5 cases are. Like people have always bitched about how shitty they are.
Especially when you take into account too, in all the press releases, they continuously say they still plan to sell to like retailers. And I'm like, what are you selling? Like hopes and dreams?
I think what it is, some people said it could be the empty box thing, which would be hilarious because then they're not really cutting costs.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, what are we doing?
Because I think the case is more expensive than the disc at this point.
Yeah.
They'll probably sell those little like cardboard code things that you see. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen those things where it's the little thick cardboard that has the code on it, and it's like, why are you doing at that point? Just preload the thing on your console at that point, like who does that? I don't think I've ever seen anybody buy those.
Just switch to like what Nintendo's doing at this point and just give us a key. Like at least that
people. I mean, that's what a disc is these days. It's just a key to download the copy on your system. So in a lot of ways, we've been moving toward this all digital future for a while.
Nintendo's basically already done it. Like,
well, it's a crapshoot with the key cards, whether or not the game is on there or not.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like maybe not. Who knows, right? But yeah, seeing Sony do this, this might be a weird pivot, but I think a lot of this may have to do with the Trump administration because think about it, this administration that's basically letting corporations do whatever the fuck they want, and they will, and they'll get no legal recourse for it, right? Like this has been shown already, that I could see this being the catalyst for Sony to say, all right, let's fucking do this. Because it sounds like this was already a plan. They were probably already had this in the works. They were just like, okay, when do we tell people? Like, when is the right time to tell people? Because if they had told people when they say unveil the PS6 next year, which is most likely what they're going to do now, because people are thinking, oh, January 2028, like the PS6 will probably release around that time.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because that's going to be a digital only console. They may sell a disc drive because it'll maybe still be backwards compatible with your PS4 and 5 games.
That's
and
a
they'll probably
theory.
sell a spare. Yeah, they'll probably sell a spare disc drive so you can still play your old games that way. But the idea is to get people into the all digital thing anyway.
Yeah, because I know Tony had mentioned that his prediction is they're going to do that, and then once they do the inevitable PS6 Pro, they're going to just quietly get rid of the add-on.
Yeah, or not get rid of the add-on, but get rid of the ability to use the add-on.
Well, they're going to
be some people who's like, oh, I'll just move my disc drive over to the Pro, and they'll be like, oh, it's not compatible or some bullshit, right?
Yeah,
that's most likely what they're going to do. And I think it was Gene Park, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, like he went on CNN about this, and he said basically what Sony is doing is trying to save themselves money, but they're not going to pass any of that savings on to the consumer, which is obvious. So we're still going to be paying $80 for this. So yeah, again, like the Trump stuff, and also GTA 6, I think as well. I know Sony has the internal numbers. They see how many pre-orders for that game have come through. I've heard it's already made $2 billion in pre-orders.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know how true that is. That was just an AI short that just happened to be in my feed, so I didn't cross-check. I wouldn't be surprised if it's made a shit ton of money in pre-orders already. And they didn't print a disc, so they're like, oh, let's again, they were just waiting for the right time to burst the dam.
The problem is GTA
around
is
the launch of the
terrible way to base stuff because GTA...
I agree, but the entire industry is basing itself around the success of this game.
I know.
Which says to me the success of this game is not going to fucking save the industry. It's just not.
Especially because there's a lot of people that are not interested in GTA 6 because of all of that shit right
now. But again, GTA 6 is
they're going to get the diehards.
Diehards and like casuals and like it crosses so many barriers, to the point where I would argue maybe some people in our community are a bit delusional about GTA. And it's like, guys, like this is the game. Like I've talked about my older siblings who don't really play games. The newest games they ever played were the GTA games on PS2. Like it crossed over every single fucking barrier. The games were that big and that successful, and they've maintained that. And so this game's going to do fucking well anyway. But, again, the whole thing...
Primary demographic's probably going to be children, which kind of scares me, but that's fine.
Whatever.
I know.
Blame the parents. Don't blame Rockstar.
I don't ever blame Rockstar. I blame the fact that...
Just lazy people who don't know any better. But yeah. This whole thing, again, I understand why they're doing it. But it does suck. I completely agree. And yeah, they're faking the number or skewing the numbers on the physical digital to a degree.
Yeah, because they're only really taking into account specific numbers.
Yeah.
Judging by the sheer backlash that Sony is receiving right now, because you get a few of those contrarians who are all like, "Oh, this is a good thing." It's like,
no, it's not. I think those are just engagement farming dickholes, right? Who are just like, "Oh, I'm on Twitter. This is how I get money." But also it's like some people are trying to say, "Oh no, physical digital is like 50-50." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. Like if I want to be generous, it's probably 60 digital, 40 physical. But that's me being generous. It's probably like a 70-30. If I'm going to be honest, because like I know plenty. I've met plenty of casuals in my day who have like PS5s or whatever, and they maybe have a physical game, maybe one or two, like a holdover, but they're just like, just buy the shit digitally because of the convenience of it. And I understand. I mean, as somebody, like, I would say my personal spending habits on, say, the series, it leans digital over physical, but of course it's just kind of harder to find physical Xbox games in the wild. Though I've ordered plenty of them. Just the convenience of the digital is there, and I think they're just trying to push people into it in a similar way. Well, maybe not a similar way, but in a way Valve did with Steam. Because the one thing that's really grinding my two things that are grinding my gears about this. One, people being like, well, I guess fuck consoles, I'll just go to PC then. And it's like, so you're complaining about ownership, but you're just going to buy all your games on Steam. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. Like, look, don't suck Gabe N's dick that hard, okay? Like, sure, Gabe N has done great stuff. Valve is probably the most ethical company of all of these, probably. But what's to say they could just flip on a dime whenever they want? They could change
the second Gabe retires.
Either that or whomever or whatever happens, and it's just like, oh, Valve just turns into a complete shithead, and then these people who are begging for a Steam monopoly, people who hate monopolies, by the way, begging for Steam to just have everything, then you give them everything, and then they fuck you, and then it's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. Again, just a lot of gamers are fucking idiots. Okay, I think I can say that without much pushback, is that most of these people are really fucking stupid idiots, right? Who like won't react to anything until they lose their treats, like they are with the whole Sony thing. But yeah, if you truly care about ownership in that regard, buy all your games on GOG. Yeah. Okay, GOG does a way better job of the ownership stuff for sure. And then people saying, "Oh, I'm just going to pirate all my shit now." I'm like, no, you're not. That's another. Three things. The second thing that bugs me about this is people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to give Sony any money, or I'm not going to buy a PS6." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yes, the fuck you are. You all are fucking sheep, and you will line up and buy it because if you remember with the Switch 2, there were so many people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to buy the Switch 2. It doesn't seem like it's worth it," or whatever. Next thing we see, fastest selling Nintendo console of all time.
Yeah.
So you all are fucking full of shit. You're goddamn liars. You don't mean an actual thing. You see the new shiny thing, you will buy it. You don't care if the PS6 is $1,300. You will buy it. You will eat it up because you were trained to do so. You are slaves to your capital owners. In this case, it is PlayStation. These people that they'll talk a big game, but as soon as that PS6 comes out and maybe it has a shiny new God of War game on it or something, or whatever Naughty Dog poops out of its ass, they will show up and they will fucking buy it. So I don't believe any of these people, not for a fucking second. Yeah. And my last thing, by the way, slightly tied into the Xbox stuff, and we can kind of segue into it, is everyone's acting like Xbox said the same thing. Being like, oh, no more physical discs ever. It's like Microsoft hasn't said a thing. In fact, the Halo remake that's coming out in a couple weeks, they specifically said, no, we're still doing physical discs, guys. They're not going anywhere.
I think Xbox is doing the smart thing, and they're strategically waiting to see how this pans out, basically, before they make any decisions. Because
I mean, sure, again, that would be the smarter thing to do. I mean,
they have the chance to do the funniest thing ever, but I don't see them doing it. But
no, they're kind of in their own problem right now. Yeah. But yeah, like from what I gather, Microsoft is not. If they're going to get rid of discs, which with Helix it's very possible.
I'm pretty sure the next Xbox will also be digital only. But
yeah, but I guess you could make an argument with that being like a half PC. That could be sort of their weird argument about it. But also, rumor, so grain of salt, they're working on a potential way of converting your physical games into digital games so that you can carry them through to the next console. So like you can say all your 360 games, if you want to play them on your brand new Xbox console, you can put them in, turn them into a digital copy and move them over, but you still like retain that stuff. I mean, we'll see if that's a thing or how that works or whatever, but I'm not getting rid of my series.
No, I'm not getting rid of my PS5.
It's my Blu-ray player. Oh yeah. There will be people who just at this point won't get rid of their PS5 or even their PS4 at this point.
See, my whole thing is I don't plan on getting a PS6 just because I don't even think the PS5 hasn't fucking reached its fucking potential. I'm still waiting for a reason to own that thing.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree. I mean, yes, there will be people who do not buy a PS6 because of this, but they won't buy a PS6 for other reasons as well. Also,
see,
I
my
just think,
plans were I'm going to buy the next controller
sure,
and use it on PC. That's
yeah.
probably going to be my thoughts.
But all in all, despite all of my, points, my sort of viewpoint stuff that I'm seeing, is it bad they're getting rid of this? Abso-fucking-lutely, because I'm in the same crowd as you guys. I do love me some physical games, and owning a piece of plastic with a disc on it in the shelf, it gives the game a little bit more value. It does mean more. Not even necessarily the preservation argument, because I think it's kind of hard to make with these in like this generation and last generation with online updates and shit, and how much of the game is really on the disc in comparison.
Yeah.
But even still, it's people do like the physical games. I mean, like Tony had said that copies of Death Stranding were selling out, and you'll still see, like, hell, I was in a store the other day just running some errands, and I always walk by the video game section, and there were like spots for physical games on the shelf that were gone. They were just completely sold out. So people are still buying them. It's not like like Sony almost tried to make it feel like, oh, we're printing all these physical copies and just nobody's buying them. It's like, that's clearly not true.
Sony's entire press release was like literally like just lying through their teeth like the entire time.
But with a digital store, they get, at the very least, I think it's 30%, maybe 25%. I'm not sure how much of their cut is on a digital game, like for a third-party game on their store, but they get I know Valve's is 30%.
Yeah.
On Steam games, though I think after certain sales thresholds are made, Valve takes less of it. I think that's how that works. But Sony, like, they'll get their cut no matter what. And with physical games, you have to sell them to a retailer for a lower price so that they'll buy them, and then they'll sell them at the MSRP to the stores. And, they don't have to deal with all of that rigmarole anymore of like having to coax retail stores into buying the physical copies of their games to put on shelves and hopefully that people will buy them. And, and it's not like Sony would sell like a stack of PS5 games to like Walmart where all those copies are MSRP. That's not how retail works, right? So they're making more money doing this. So I get why they're doing it. But is it bad for the industry and really hurts things in the long run? Yes. Absolutely. And I don't care how many signatures are on that petition.
Petitions they're not listening. Shit.
They're not going to listen. I mean, and they also threw in this, they're closing down the PS3 and Vita store.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. I have a little thing on that in a minute. But,
okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. After this. Yeah. So I feel like Sony is just going to take the Nintendo route and just not care, not listen to what people say, and not
my only thing with that is their radio silence since this announcement is telling. Like they are.
I don't think so.
See, with most of these companies, like Nintendo flat out would just come out immediately and be like, yeah, we don't care. Like they didn't even wait.
I mean, Nintendo doesn't say shit either. They just say we're doing this. All right, move on. The new Splatoon game looks cool.
That's the thing though. Like Sony straight up is just mute. Like they have not said a word.
Well, because the problem with Sony is they don't have any cool game announcements to sort of make people forget about this.
Yeah. And
what do they have in the pipeline? Wolverine? Is that fucking it?
Probably. I don't know. Oh,
there's not even a release date, but there's not even a release date on that. It's probably next year, but we got nothing on that.
No, it's I don't know. I think they're freaking out a little bit. They're not going to change their mind. No matter how much people complain. Like,
no, they're dead set on this for sure.
One last thing I want to bring up
even if everybody starts buying every physical copy of every PS5 game that's out there, it's not going to change their mind. And also, another thing I just thought of, I guarantee you resellers are going to start stockpiling all these physical games and then start selling them at crazy amounts of MSRP or at crazy amounts of money on eBay and everything, because once these go away, the demand for them will be very high. And people will spend $100 on some fucking shitty PS5 game because it was the last physical version, man. So, shitty resellers still get to exist as well.
Yep. I did have another point too. I brought it up on the that podcast, but it wouldn't surprise me if we do see like game sales take a dip with the digital only move.
Oh yeah, they will. I mean, game sales
Because
are already taking a dip.
true. My thing with this though is like I pointed out, like a lot of gamers will buy a game physically and then they'll sit on it for a while because that's just what gamers do. Like we buy things, then we're like, yeah, I'll get through it eventually.
Oh, I guarantee you, if I went through my Xbox games and I were like, which of these have I not even touched? It would probably be a sad amount.
Like, because I've made
I'll
a
admit it.
I've made a kind of like a when it comes to digital stuff, I've kind of made a habit of not buying games until I'm ready to play them, just because I don't want to just sit there and turn unless
I mean,
it's like something
that's the
old and
smarter
dumb.
option to do. See,
Yeah.
what I need to do is force myself into a situation where I don't have as much spending money. So then I go, well, shit, I guess I just got to play the games I have. And then I would actually
Yeah.
get through my backlog.
Yeah.
People are saying, like, this will be the time to get through my backlog. And I'm like, again, you're all fucking liars, okay?
Yeah.
I don't believe any of you. These are the same people who fucking whine about the size of boobs in games, okay? I don't trust any of these people. I don't.
Yeah. Before we get to Microsoft, I just want to touch on it real quick.
The PS3 Vita store is finally shutting down.
Yeah, they're finally shutting these down. I just want to put it out there. Anyone who's whining and crying about this, you've had 2 fucking years to download this shit. Shut up. Like I'm so sick of those people.
I'll say this. The Vita is incredibly easy to jailbreak. So if you just jailbreak that thing, you could then load all of the Vita ROMs on it that you want.
Oh, yeah. No,
and
I'm just like
fine. And I imagine with the PS3, you can probably do the same. So I would just tell people that, like, hey, if you're like, instead of giving Sony money, I thought we weren't giving Sony money, guys, right?
Yeah, right.
So instead of doing that, how about you jailbreak your systems and then load them with all the fucking ROMs you want, and there you go. Just do that. Like, and especially with the Vita. The Vita also has a fantastic PSP emulator in it. I used it.
And PlayStation.
Yeah, so you can play all your PSP games on there as well.
I just like that just drove me nuts. Like the second that got announced, you got the same freaking people who came out of the woodworks when this first got announced. Because when it first got announced, I was kind of like, whatever about it. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. It's been sitting there doing nothing for years.
When I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that was 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah. So they
immediately
they gave it another 5 years.
Yeah,
and then they're like, okay, now let's do it.
I was like, literally, I see the same people crawling out, whining, like, they're taking the games away. They're not giving us enough time. I'm like, bitch, you had 5 fucking years.
And people will make a list of like, here's these games that are only exclusive to this thing. And then, like they did with the 360 store when it shut down, I looked at that list. A good chunk of those were on other platforms.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, so you're lying.
Oh, yeah.
Again, lying through your fucking teeth.
I just
because,
like,
you know, you like, I just hate when people do this shit when it's like there's so much things to complain about with these companies, but you do it in such a fucking dipshit ass way that it just makes you look bad.
Oh, like it drove me nuts because they're all like, these companies don't care about us. I'm like, yeah,
no
shit.
They never have and they never will. So people who feel that way, like, yeah, I agree with you. Fuck these people. You know,
like you got 5 years to download that shit. If you didn't do it in those 5 years, that's a fucking you problem.
Yeah.
Rant over. I just that drove me nuts.
Yeah, and like RPCS3 has gotten a lot better over the years. And with the Vita, just jailbreaking it takes like 10 minutes. You do that, and then you can load all the fucking Vita games in the world. You can play all of those weird hentai VNs for free, and you'll be a happy guy. So just do that. Fucking weirdos.
I know. Just, that's like the most heated you'll probably ever get from me. Just like that struck a chord with me.
But them closing down these stores, it's probably for the exact same reasons Microsoft shut down the 360 store.
It's the reason they were going to shut it down in the first place.
Nintendo shut down the 3DS and the Wii U store, which is, I think a lot of it has to do with credit card information because you can only do digital payments on these things. And that requires specific like security encryption and all that stuff. And as time goes on, they have to keep updating that firmware because it's like, oh, somebody cracked it. We need to, because they want to protect all that information for obvious reasons, right? But that comes at fees, right? Like paying people to do it, paying servers and all that kind of stuff. And they're probably seeing that like, oh, not enough people are using these to really warrant keeping these up in the first place.
That's the exact thing.
And for them, and that's the thing for all those stores, it is all the exact same reason. They're just like, look, there's no reason to pay the money to keep this up because people aren't using it that much. And with like hackers and everything, we don't want to risk somebody's credit card information getting stolen on here because it's an old platform, you know, and people will hack older platforms a lot more easier, because of like older security, layers and all this other
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So that's probably a part of it as well, to give the company a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, where it's like they're trying not to lose your credit card information to some weird fucking scammer.
Yeah.
You
It's
can do that.
also-
You can do that yourself when you subscribe to ChatGPT. Okay.
Yeah. It's also just flat out, it's a storefront that the people complaining the hardest have not given a shit about
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
entire time. They just care about it
Because
now.
if you
They
gave a
wanna
shit
be
about that
angry.
storefront, you would have bought all the games you cared about already and been
Yeah.
done.
You would have done like what all the sane people did. And the second they announced it, they went on their Vitas, got what they wanted, and then just was like, okay.
I might. Well, with the jailbroken Vita, I don't know if I can access the store, but I might, just to see if there's any interesting things on sale.
Yeah.
Just to see,
Like,
because the physical Vita games can be a bit iffy, though they've come down a bit. They're not as bad as they were at one point.
the more common ones have. It's the
Yeah.
obscure RPGs where you're gonna be that.
Good thing I don't give a fuck about any of those.
Some of them are so fascinating, though.
I know. The Game Gear has some fascinating RPGs, but I'll touch on that in the future. All right, and then the next one that I've been alluding to for a while, but I was like, hey, let's wait till it all comes out, because people like to talk so much shit about Xbox before anything is official, and it kind of pisses me off, because it's like, just wait till they say it, because Xbox are the most transparent of the three. Like, they will tell you what they're doing. Just wait for them to tell you. Like, why are you making assumptions about this company? Like, they leave it all out on the table. Anyway. So yes, they are cutting 5 studios and laying off 3,200 employees. So from what I heard, they laid off 1,600 already, and then the other 1,600 are going to be over the next fiscal year. So and then the 5 studios are, of course, Double Fine, Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, Compulsion, and Arcane. But none of them are shut down. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if part of that job cutting number is like those people who technically still have jobs. They're just not under the MS umbrella.
Yeah.
So the number might not be as bad.
We'll probably never know.
I don't know how many. No, they're not going to give the exact number of people. That would be fucking ridiculous. But my guess is that's probably a portion of that. How much, I can't say. But some other studios were hit, like I think id and Obsidian and some
I saw John Romero actually posted a thing about it, and I'm like, ew, wow.
And I'm like, John, you left id years ago to form your own studio that bombed.
Well, he wasn't really complaining about it. He just said he felt bad for the people.
I feel bad for them too. It's just certain people, when they chirp, I'm like, but you're not. Anyway,
his post was actually relatively like kind of nice. Like, he was just sympathetic.
Yeah, and to be fair, when Xbox cut the funding on his game, he wasn't as shitty about it as some people are, I think. But those 5 studios, none of them are being shut down. So Double Fine and Compulsion are basically, they're getting toy for bobbed. They're becoming truly independent back out.
And they get to keep their IPs, which is nice.
Which was awesome. Yeah. So, Double Fine and Compulsion were indie studios before anyways. So they've been in that water. They know, they have some experience. They know what they're doing. I think I said this off like before we recorded. I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Schafer at Double Fine was kind of planning for this, or had some money kind of stored away just in case. Probably when all this Xbox stuff started happening a couple years ago, he's like, maybe I should prepare just in case things get kind of rocky. So it all kind of worked out. And then in Compulsion, maybe a similar thing with them. I like both studios. Like South of Midnight, I thought was really solid. I love most of Double Fine's games. I think they do really good work. Like, I've seen some people try to like shit, like, oh, Double Fine's games don't make, they're not big seller, but trying to like insult them for their games not selling well. And it's like, motherfucker, Double Fine games have never really sold well. That's not really the point, but they sell enough to keep going. And also, Microsoft didn't buy them to have big seller games. They bought them to fill out Game Pass. That's why like, I'll talk about it when we get more to the whole studio thing. But Ninja Theory and Undead Labs apparently have been sold.
Yeah, I heard they were acquired by a mystery studio. to somebody.
I have a guess. I think Embracer bought them.
Of course.
It feels right in my head that it would be Embracer who would sweep these two up. And I don't know if that makes their situation better. It probably doesn't make it worse though. But yeah, so that means both their games are still being worked on. In fact, both games might not even be on Game Pass anymore, but we'll see about that. And then Arcane, they're trying to figure out what to do with them because the French actually have solid labor laws. God damn it, America, take the L. So we'll see what's going on with Arcane. Apparently, Blade is over time and over budget. So that's probably why it's being treated that way. So yeah, all these studios and all this other stuff, it's clearly a reaction to when Phil was there and he bought all the studios, right? The idea was investing in Game Pass by just buying all these studios and having them make content for Game Pass, right? And trying to fill out that roster to keep, because if you're going to invest in a gaming Netflix, you need a constant flow of content, right? From first and third parties to justify its existence. And while I've really enjoyed having Game Pass, and I think most people who have it would say it's a solid service, it has clearly not done the numbers that they've wanted. Like that steady flow of content hasn't been like the steady flow didn't happen till starting 2 years ago, I think. And since then, it's a pretty consistent stream of stuff from them that's been pretty well received. Because I'm tired of people saying Xbox has no good games. It's yeah, they do. They've consistently for the last couple of years released games that have rated well. People like them, have won awards. So clearly there is a desire for these games. So, again, I'm tired of that bullshit. But anyways, but it's clear that putting all this shit into Game Pass didn't really work. I think at one point they had, I think it was about 35 million Game Pass subs, but with the price increase, they lost about 4 to 5 million of them.
Yeah,
so,
Game Pass to me has always been one of those great ideas on paper, but was never going to be sustainable kind of things.
The way it's clear the way they've been doing it, especially also with the multi-plat stuff, because that came out recently as well, that it just hasn't worked for them. Even though I've been saying for a while the multi-plat thing wasn't working for them, because unless you were Forza, Minecraft, or Call of Duty, everything else kind of bombed everywhere else, because people just didn't really care, right?
Yeah.
So. And yeah, the way they've been doing Game Pass clearly hasn't worked, because they're our games are underperforming. And it's well, because your main audience is subscribing to Ultimate and just playing them, downloading them as soon as they come out. I do that, it's good for me. Game Pass is great for me, but I could see why, from a business perspective, it just hasn't really worked out. And this is them trying to sort of, cut some of that fat, but trying to do it in ways that didn't what happening to these 5 studios is probably the best thing to happen. None of them shut down. Nobody lost their jobs there. They're now kind of on their own or, with somebody else trying to navigate these waters. Right. And I wish them the best. I do.
They have a chance.
Yeah. Well, Double Fine, I think will be fine.
Yeah.
Because
they're just going to carry on like usual.
They'll just do what they do. Yeah, they just keep doing what they do. People are saying, "Oh, they should do the Brutal Legend sequel," and I'm like, I always thought they would do that under Microsoft because then they'd have the money to get all those music licenses. Yeah, but we'll see what they do. I always look forward to what Double Fine does. I really like to keep her. And Kiln was interesting, but just not my kind of game. But then Asher Sharma did this big old posts about everything that's going on, and kind of some of the restructuring. She's trying to get rid of some of the managerial layers so that things are kind of more efficiently done. I mean, when certain, I guess, decisions have to go through 14 people before it's decided, it's yeah, you probably need to streamline some of that stuff. So I don't blame her for that. But what I found interesting is that now Mojang and King are reporting directly to her. So Mojang are obviously the Minecraft people. And you could make the argument that Microsoft buying Mojang was the smartest acquisition they made.
Well, yeah, because that just prints money.
Well, they in 2014, they bought Mojang and Minecraft for, I think it was $2.5 billion.
Yeah.
They've made that money back multiple times.
Minecraft just prints money.
Yeah. it's arguably the most successful thing they have. Right?
It's one of the most successful games in history.
Exactly. And then King are the ones who do Candy Crush,
Oh
and
yeah.
and Candy Crush still, I'm sure, does just well on mobile.
You need your brain rot game to just kill like 20 minutes
Yeah, I
when you're
wouldn't
waiting
say there are worse brain rot games than Candy Crush, in my opinion.
I just consider any game like that to be just kind of like
I mean, it's just Bejeweled.
it's you kill 20 seconds when you're waiting on for a bus or something kind of game.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a perfectly there's
yeah.
worse things you could be playing.
But that says to me they're going to start investing in them a little bit more, which might actually end up being a smart thing, because if you think about it, like Minecraft has not had that much investment. Like it just kind of exists as it is, you know?
I mean, they don't even need to expand it. They just keep making the base game and they'd be fine.
The only thing I could see them potentially doing is expanding some of the user created content into more of like a Roblox type deal to sort of give people, I mean, there's already a freedom there with Minecraft anyways, but maybe expanding that a little bit so that users could have maybe more of like a Roblox way of like making stuff within Minecraft. Just which could be very interesting potentially.
Relegate it a little bit better than Roblox does.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Because
yeah. So like that could work. And then they also talked about like saying like, oh, we're gonna focus more on some of our bigger franchises, which I mean again makes sense. Why are there no new Elder Scrolls or Fallout games? Well, like it's been a long time.
Because as Mr. Howard likes to say, game development's hard.
I mean, it is.
I know. It just Todd makes it so easy to make fun of him.
Yeah, but yeah, oh yeah, but there's a lot going on. A lot of people kind of hung on to this one bit where she says, "I want Xbox to be one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day and gives everyone the opportunity to create and connect." I think what she means by that, because people are thinking like, oh, 1 billion people play in the games. Like she said, entertain. So I think she's putting everything together, like the console, PC games, mobile games, even like the Fallout show and like the shows and the movies, that kind of thing. Like everything under that umbrella, I think is what she's trying to imply. Again, even combining all that together, I don't know how the hell you do that. So
what I still find
it's a shame all these people lost their jobs. Of course, the layoffs just. I feel like I'm just getting numb to it.
It's going to keep
happening, and it's a weird comparison, but it's like all the school shootings that happen in America. I'm just fucking numb to it because they just happen all the time and nothing fucking changes. So it's like, it sucks, but unfortunately it's just something we have to live with because nobody actually gives a shit to do anything about it. If Sandy Hook didn't change anybody's minds, nothing will.
Yeah.
Anyway, weird comparison. I know. Yeah. I apologize, but it's the same with all the layoffs. It fucking sucks. But where Xbox was, it's just them like trying to climb out of this hole they dug themselves. They dug this hole by trying to expand and make this big, just giant, like, I guess, umbrella of content to keep funneling into Game Pass, but it just wasn't growing in the way that they wanted, because I think they wanted Game Pass to be like the exclusive for Xbox in a way. They're like, you buy an Xbox to subscribe to Game Pass, right? As opposed to like, Sony has their exclusive games, Nintendo has their exclusive games. It's like Xbox is like, yeah, but all of our stuff is here. And, you get the curated exclusive experience here. I think that's what they were trying to do. But what we've seen is that just didn't work out.
No.
It didn't work in the way that they wanted. I mean, I enjoy Game Pass. As I've said before, I do enjoy playing my games on Xbox. I think the series is a lovely console that has done everything I've wanted to do fairly well, but people need more. People need territorial reasons to buy their consoles, and Xbox wasn't really giving them that. So I could see them not reversing course on Game Pass. I don't think you can put the toothpaste back in the tube and just straight up cancel it. I think they might. I wouldn't be surprised if they rework it in the next like 6 to 18 months, where they maybe like tone down the day one games on Game Pass and maybe push them in, like turn it into PlayStation Plus, basically.
Yeah, maybe
take that model version. And turn it to take that a little bit more generous and take that model and see if they could, see if that'll work. Will it? I don't know.
Yeah, at this
We'll
point,
see.
I'm not sure what. I don't. This is the worst I've felt about the gaming industry in a long time.
Yeah, it's not too great out there, and I could see people, worrying about it. Even though I'll always say there's never a better time to be playing games than right now because your choice and accessibility is so greater than it was even 10 years
Oh
ago.
yeah, like
But
I'm
but
hyped
the
for
industry,
Fire Emblem.
yeah,
Like that's my
but
game.
the industry itself is in a very bad place. I would agree.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the crash of '83. Like it affected the industry, but it didn't affect the consumer. Consumer was
Well,
doing just fine. And
Crash
even
of
if
'83 also only really affected America. Like Japan
true,
and Europe were fine.
oh well, Japan was growing and Europe was just kind of jacking off in the
Look at
corner
all of
or
our
whatever.
PCs.
Yeah, exactly. So even if the AAA industry completely crumbled, I think we'd all be fine. I don't think anybody that would be our reason to play the backlog where it's like, oh shit, no new games. All right, I'll just play all my old stuff then.
See, if a
Fine.
crash happens, I can see Microsoft and Sony crashing, and then Nintendo just business as usual. So you'd get a lot of Nintendo games.
Yeah, nothing would change. Nothing. Nintendo will never change.
Nintendo is like
the
literally
more they change, the more they stay the same.
Nintendo is just kind of living like blissfully ignorant right now and just doing
Yeah.
business as usual.
Yeah, I'm buying Fire Emblem too. That game looks fucking sick.
That's that. My two pre-orders I have right now are that and Persona 4. So it's like
Yeah,
those are my games I really care about going forward.
I can't justify another $80 physical, so I'll just buy it digitally and save the $10.
I got lucky and got my physical on sale. On sale.
Nice,
Like
nice.
Amazon was selling the pre-order on sale, and I'm like, oh, sweet.
But yeah, that's all the news. If anybody was interested in my takes on everything, here
Yeah.
you go. I was kind of waiting because again, I'm just kind of getting sick of all this reactionary stuff online.
Like
And
it's
like,
literally
let me let it, let me let it wash over me and then like think about it and then come through and try to talk. But I probably sound a little sleep deprived, so maybe I'm not as sharp as I normally am.
I think the best description I saw somebody say was it's like if you're Sony or Microsoft, you're deciding between which is who's better off right now. It's like you're literally deciding between in one hand you have shit and then the other hand you have puke. It's like it's like either way it sucks.
Xbox is the puke because green.
I mean shit can be green too. Think about that one for a minute.
Yeah, if you got enough chlorophyll in your diet. More like chlorophyll.
But moving on from that gross segue.
But yeah, I think that's really all I got. So
the only Nintendo music they added was more Mario Kart.
Yeah, I don't
shit. So I'm tired of that now. All right.
Can we get some like proper DLC from Mario Kart World or something?
Yeah, I know, right? Could they do something with that goddamn game to justify its $80 price?
I mean, how long did it take 8 Deluxe? Like 10 years?
I mean,
not 10 years. No, that game hasn't been out for 10 years. Like 8. It was like a good while before we got that DLC pack.
True. Well, to be fair with 8 Deluxe, it came with enough to keep you busy for a while.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's why I'm playing old games like Saints Row the Third. Because I'm like, you know what? I just need to beat up somebody with a dildo sword.
Back when games were fun.
Games have always been fun.
I know.
I'm tired of people acting like they're not. I'm like, no, they still are.
The industry is just not fun, and that's
that's fair. That's fair. I agree. But yeah, I've been starting to get more of my information from Jason Schreier. So y'all should go if you want some pretty solid, like right down the middle reporting about all of the gaming news. I feel like he does a good job of that. So go watch his videos. He's starting to put out more YouTube videos about certain things and everything going on. So check him out. He's good.
Nice.
Like he needs my promotion, motherfucker. But shout out to Ezra.
Oh yeah, shout out too. That was a really fun podcast.
Yeah.
All right, hour in.
So let's get to the happy stuff.
Let's do our traditional every 50 episodes, every anniversary milestone episode.
We didn't do a Q&A this time.
Nah, I figure Q&As we should save for like the hundreds. So like 200, we'll do another one.
All right, sure, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing our next tier list. I'll bring that up real quick. Here's the tier list from.
Congrats to everybody who's made it. I wonder who out there has listened to all 150.
We're getting a lot of episodes are getting into the 100 listens. Like I've noticed, like a bunch of them are getting there. So people are listening to the backlog, which is
Good.
really nice. Like I was surprised by a few of the ones that have gone to 100. I'm like, oh wow, really?
And I'm sure they go back. They're like, oh, they actually talk about the games more.
Yeah, they're like, when did it become a news podcast? All right.
Maybe we'll actually get a break next week and we can actually talk about the game proper. We'll see.
Yeah, it's been a kind of hectic.
It can't get any worse, can it?
Well, it's Sony's turn to drop the bad news. So we'll find out next week.
They're closing Santa Monica.
Not even located in Santa Monica anymore.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So here's our tier list. It's the same one that we did last time. I graciously recreated this right before recording.
I think you can save these, right?
So you can save them, but it doesn't actually save the placements on there. So I had to put it together.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to like find all the pictures again.
All my images were saved. I had to add the new ones, obviously, but all the images were already.
So it's not as bad as it could be.
No, it took me I just had to look at I saved whenever we finish, I'll save this and I'll keep it on.
You'll snap. So you'll take a snapshot of it.
I think you can just like save or download. So
okay, good. Yeah, tier list maker, you need to update your site a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
There's some stuff on here. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that it's very like still says share on Twitter. That shows how much they edit this site.
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, so as you can see here, we got our tier list. There's a lot of shit.
see, I often forget Need for Speed is our top game.
Yeah, it's funny looking at some of these choices we made over the years. Like I find it really funny that
But the thing is, I don't want to change any of them because that's what we felt at the time, and that needs to stay. I mean, there are some of these I would change.
Yeah,
but I'm like, you know what? That's what we felt at the time. We're keeping them. Unless we in the future go back and re-review some of these, which I think we will at a certain point. Just because I think there are certain games that could deserve a better look.
Yeah,
when a more seasoned look. How about that?
Because a lot of those early episodes, like one in particular, I always think is Soccer Kid. I don't think we gave that.
Yeah, well, and that's getting the re-release.
Yeah,
so that gives us an excuse to play it again. So yeah, for sure.
I do find it really funny that we put all the porn games at the bottom, but we decided to put fucking Cyberdillo in the middle of the porn.
That was a you choice. That wasn't a me choice.
Well, I wanted to put it at the straight up bottom, but for some reason it ended up being here.
Okay, that might have been a me choice because I was like, oh yeah, because the top of the Vivid games are like kind of interesting.
Well, because these are the ones that are like actually kind of trying to be something, and these are just straight up softcore porn.
Like that's like AI generated slop, basically. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the games we have yet to rank.
All right, so starting off, we have Army Men Advance.
Army Men Advance. God damn, was that really 151?
That was
or 101.
Yep, that was the first game we did after.
God damn.
Under it.
And that's weirdly going to fit with next week's episode.
Yeah, like, I think we kind of just made it a tradition. We need a filler. Not a filler,
but this is interesting. I remember when I played this game, it was when I was working my short little contract job. And I remember I had brought, I think it was my one of my little emulation handhelds, because that's back when I had like an hour for lunch breaks, and I beat this in 2 lunch breaks. So
yeah, it's not a big
sitting in my car playing it in the middle of the summer. From what I remember, it was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I think in my Army Men ranking, it's weirdly near the top because it's kind of inoffensive.
Yeah,
like it was better than Sarge's War for sure.
So it's definitely around here, but the question is, does it make it to B?
I think it does. I would put it above. Is that Alone in the Dark 2?
Yes.
I would put it above that, but below Blade Force.
Okay.
I think Blade Force is a better game.
Yeah. Honestly, Blade Force is one of the ones I think is too low on our tier.
Again, yeah, there are definitely ones I would change, but I don't want to change them.
No,
because
and
that's just what we felt at the time.
We're gonna keep.
Oh yeah, Army
Plumbers
Men
Don't Wear
Advance
Ties
is right in the middle of my
Yeah.
ranking, right smack dab in the middle.
Like we're gonna live with the fact that we have Plumbers Don't Wear Ties in A tier for the rest of this.
Oh,
thing.
I'm never changing that. What do you? If anything, it goes up.
I know. I just find it funny that it's above fucking Wing Commander 3.
As it should.
That's just funny to me.
Yeah, it gets the top Mark Hamill. All right, what's our next game, Bill?
So our next game is Total Eclipse.
So sometimes I forget we play these games. Just because we've played so many of them at this point. If I remember, this was what's their name? The Tomb Raider people. Crystal, and it was like off-road interceptor,
but in space and better.
Even though I feel like off-road, I feel like it hit for me more, but they're basically the same game.
They run off the identical engines. One's just a Star Fox clone.
Yeah.
And the other
is Off-World already on here?
Off-World is in the C tier. It's below Shanghai.
Again, that game needs to be higher.
Yeah.
I would put Total Eclipse. I'd say it's better than Johnny Bazooka Tone.
Okay. Is it better than?
I would leave it below Siberia.
Okay. Because I do believe it is a better shooter than Shockwave.
Yes. Absolutely.
And Siberia is legendary for the fact that game broke
us.
Yeah.
The
absurdity of it.
Again, re-ranking, I feel like that goes in S.
See, I think once we finally wrap, like years from now, when we finally wrap this up and we have our definitive tier list, maybe then we'll adjust.
I feel like in 2 years we'll be wrapped up.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. By the time of the next presidential election. That'll be a fun time. Yeah, 28. Yeah. So, but yeah, what, all right, what we got next?
Next, we have Quarantine.
I liked Quarantine.
I did too.
It had a lot of potential, and I think it would be a very interesting remake.
Yeah. It still has one of my favorite box arts of all time, just for the simplicity of it.
Fantastic. Like, where would I put it? I don't think it's better than Total Eclipse. Do you?
It's weird. I think it's a better concept than Total Eclipse, in the sense that it's like Crazy Taxi. If like they actually, it's weird that to me, like this game is like
Crazy Taxi and Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, it actually kind of reminds me of that game Roadkill on Xbox and PS2.
Yeah. I think Roadkill is probably influenced by this guy.
I wouldn't be surprised, because this game is literally like an edgy. It's basically Crazy Taxi if there was actually like a goal.
Yeah.
That being said, though, it is kind of held back by the system, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
That's actually a good question.
I would play Total Eclipse over this.
Total Eclipse is definitely a better constructed game.
Yeah.
This is a more interesting concept, but granted, I think Blade Force also is.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's better than Johnny Bazooka Tone, though.
Yeah, that game is just perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that feels right to me.
It is a very B tier game. It's an interesting game, but it is.
Yeah. It's definitely a game. If all you had was a 3DO at the time, you kind of clung to games like these. You're like, it's something, man.
There's a reason why it's like one of the most interesting games on the system to a lot of people.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Then moving on. Next, we have. All right, so these three are kind of going to be all together, but we'll do them one by one.
All the Dragon's Lairs.
So Dragon's Lair 1. It's a classic, but
iconic game.
But is it fun to play on 3DO?
No.
Because it's not. It's horrendous.
It wasn't fun to play on my Xbox Series X.
No, it's a game that's honestly more. You'll have more fun playing it in a YouTube browser.
It's more important than good. We've had a few of those here, and Dragon's Lair fits into that. It's not a shit tier. It's a C tier, 100%.
Yeah, the port alone keeps it from being any higher. I mean, I'd play most of these over this.
Yeah. I think I'd play it over like Psychic Detective, over Mind Teaser, maybe even over Foes of Ali. But that's as generous as I'm willing to go.
Yeah, because
Is
I mean,
right there.
Syndicate's another game that's like just not great on 3DO.
That's a game that's just not for my brain chemistry. That's
Yeah,
all.
that game was too complicated for.
Yeah, but I would give that game its flowers more. Whereas Dragon Slayer has already gotten its flowers before.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that game is very similar to Starblade, where it's like
yeah,
great game, terrible on 3DO.
Yeah. I would play Starblade over it for sure.
Yeah.
And then Dragon Slayer 2, I would just put that above the first one. I think it's a better game.
It's a better game. It's also not on 3DO technically.
Yeah. And then Space Ace, I like it more than Dragon Slayer 1, but not 2.
Okay. Throw that
right in the middle.
They're about the same quality overall.
Yeah. I think Space Ace is the only one I beat twice because I was getting all the achievements and I had to. I think I had to beat Space Ace twice to get them all.
Space Ace was definitely more generous with the button prompts and stuff. This game is just not fun.
Two is better at telegraphing them as well. So that's why I give it the edge. And also, I think the creativity in the second game with the environments and even some of the hidden object stuff, I'm like, I have some respect for what 2 was trying to do, you know, but it's not 1, so it doesn't get all of the notoriety.
Okay. Seal of the Pharaoh. So
Seal of the Pharaoh. That's like that weird first-person RPG in the pyramid.
Yeah, like it's.
My memory of it is that wasn't a bad game at all.
It wasn't.
It was tedious.
I think that was actually the problem with it.
It suffers that problem all dungeon crawlers do, which is like you get bored doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah, like out of the RPGs we played on the system so far, it actually I think has the most cohesive system, but it's also just you get the full experience after a few minutes.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and then you have like the weird symbols that talk to you and some hidden pathway stuff, and you know, there's definitely some effort being made into this one, for sure.
I'd say it's over C tier, but I'm not. I don't want to put it any higher than B.
Trying to think where I'd put it. Like, I'd play it over Shockwave. Is it better or worse than Alone in the Dark 2?
Yeah, because Alone in the Dark 2 was surprisingly good. Like for what it was.
That one was fun. I just put it above Shockwave.
Okay.
And leave it there. It just hits B because also I'm a sucker for the ancient Egyptian stuff.
Yeah, and it was a solid game. Like there was nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong at all. But if that game was on PlayStation, it would not be in a B tier.
No.
Even on Saturn, like it would not be in the B tier.
No, it is unfortunately, a lot of these are skewed by the fact that the 3DO did not have a ton.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise and the little mini game collection that we technically also played.
Can we just put this shit tier doesn't feel right, but I didn't really like Fatty Bear.
Yeah, it was the most fun we had with this was the fact that we had Steve on and we were just making birthday cakes and abominations.
Yeah, but
I'd play it over Army Men 3D. I'd say that.
Oh yeah. But I think I'd rather play that weird ass Sailor Moon fighting game
with the greatest opening cutscene ever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What about the mini game pack? I feel like
throw that in shit tier.
Where do we put it in shit tier?
Put
it next. Let's put it with Sesame Street. I'd play this over.
I'd play Sesame Street over that.
Okay.
And then
I played over Zadnost.
Sure. I barely remember Zadnost. It's been so long.
All I remember is that goddamn circle thing.
Army Men Green Rogue.
The shoot 'em up. So it was better than 3D, so it's already around here. I'd say.
Yeah. Did I rank that above Sarge's War? I don't think I did. Again, let me find my ranking. Green Rogue is right below it, so it's right between the two. Okay. Because Green Rogue, I feel like if Green Rogue had another like 4 months of development, I think it would have been a good game.
Yeah,
It has the elements there, but because they were rushing everything, it just couldn't really live up to its potential.
Also, they were making 2 different SKUs of it because the PS1 and 2 versions are different for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
So I played over Fatty Bear.
I played over Sailor Moon. What I played over Psychic Detective. Because I have a soft spot for Psychic Detective.
Psychic Detective is another one of those games that has a lot of potential, but I just feel like it was too ahead of its time.
Yeah, I think if I hit it, Psychic Detective is a game that if I had discovered like in my teens, I would be one of those weirdos defending it online. Like it's that kind of game for me. Maybe put Green Rogue right there. I think is fine.
What's funny is it's biting us the fact that we put Mind Teaser ahead of Psychic Detective because I'd probably play this over Mind Teaser.
No, I'd play Mind Teaser over this.
Fair enough.
Just for the like, oh, we're here now.
Yeah, the fact that this was the most graphic of the of those games,
but it was an actual game, so that's why it gets the nod for sure.
Very true. Royal Pro Wrestling.
Speaking of nod, fuck. God, I barely remember this one at all. I know we played it.
It was
the wrestling game.
What did we give this one for a must play? I got to bring up the must play.
I'm pretty sure we gave it an okay.
Yeah, some of them I forget because some of them like that game was fine, and I look at everything like, oh, we said this was shit.
I mean, I think that's just what happens when you just play all these games consistently. You're not going to remember everything. Oh yeah, it had all the funny knockoff wrestlers like Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
but it's not nearly as in depth as Fire Pro Wrestling is. Even though
we gave it a double
recently. Yeah, it's like it's trying to be, I think, closer to like the WWF wrestling games of the time.
Yeah, I remember it being kind of whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, wrestling games, they had their little peak moment, and it was well after this. I'm
thinking C tier.
Okay. I want to see where you put it and see how I feel about it.
Because I'd probably play Shockwave over this. That's kind of, and I don't think it's.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
I'd play Sarge's War over this.
Yeah, I mean, hell,
I'd play over. I play Crash and Burn over this. I'd probably play Family Feud over this. Or how about this? Is it better or worse than Balls? Because it's also a fighting game. I think Balls is a better fighting game.
Balls is easier to play. This game is a little too complicated. I played over Syndicate.
Sure.
Because at least I could understand this game. But Balls was easier. But I'm also
Balls are indeed easier, yes.
We also put Sherlock Holmes in between Primal Rage and Balls, which I still find that's another one where I'm like, what were we thinking?
Sherlock Holmes is a weird one though.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Right. Oh, okay. It's
in shit. Can we throw that in shit? That's an easy shit tier, but where do we put it in there?
I mean, it's worse than all these other porn games. Somehow.
I would put it below fucking armadillo game.
All right, so below but above the nothing.
Yeah, because again, that's trying to be a game, so it gets a pass.
This one was just disappointing for the fact that it's like hyped up. It's like the other porn game on 3D, and it's like it's barely porn.
yeah, but that fucking stupid armadillo game. At least that's a game.
It's got that funky song.
Indeed, haunts my dreams still.
Every now and then, it'll pop into my head. And I'm like, I gotta listen to that again.
It's like looking at that one picture of an ex, being like, "Oh, that was a good night."
Yeah.
The rest of the relationship was shit.
Yep. All right.
What's
Flying Nightmares?
Flying Nightmare. What? Try to remember. Okay, so that wasn't the ship one. That was the trying to be a realistic.
That was the PC one. That was. So I think our thoughts on this game were the fact that it was really good at what it was trying to do, but it was terrible on 3DO.
Oh yeah, yeah. My memory is not very positive on this one.
My memory was not being able to take off because
Yeah,
because I couldn't figure. I had to look up a guide how to. Once I got in
yeah,
the air, it was actually kind of fun, but it took so much effort to get on the fucking plane or get
yeah, yeah.
off the aircraft carrier.
Put above World War, and that's it.
World War.
And the bottom of C.
Oh, above 3D. I was gonna say World War. We haven't got to
Oh,
yet.
3D. Sorry, yeah, because it's like it's not a shit tier.
No,
But
it's a good game. It's just not good on the system.
yeah, that feels right to me.
Because I just remember not being able to take off and crashing and dying many times.
Crashing and burning. Oh shit, wrong game.
Ironically, I crashed less in Crash and Burn.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Crusaders of Might and Magic. I remember this game being.
I remember liking it for what it was.
I remember liking it, just finding it a little repetitive. But
Oh yeah, it's definitely a game. If I had at the time, I would have played it like all the way through, probably. I
remember.
Go ahead.
I remember finding it to be actually surprisingly for 3DO at this point, pumping games out every 5 seconds. 3DO. It was actually surprisingly well thought out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's clearly in the Army Men engine.
Yeah.
But I think it handles what it's trying to do fairly well. Even if it's not amazing, and it very much blends into every other like fantasy action game on the PS1 back then, which there were like 6 billion of, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, in I guess comparing it to these games, I mean,
I'd say I want to say B tier.
I'm feeling B as well. Like I would play it over Soccer Kid.
Okay, so we're Theme Park. I played over Theme Park just because Theme Park is not amazing on 3DO.
Yeah, I'd play it over FIFA. Probably over Slam and Jammed. I don't think I would play it over PO'd though.
The remaster, yeah.
The remaster PO'd, yeah.
I forgot PO'd's on here twice.
Because we played it twice.
Yep.
So yeah, that feels okay to me.
There's just something funny to me about like these, like you got all these 3DO boxes and then just random PlayStation games.
We did it to ourselves.
Well, there's one game coming up that's going to be just completely random on here. We'll get to it. So this one you didn't play, so I guess I'll just kind of.
What is that?
That is Meridian 59. That's the MMO.
Yeah, I didn't play it. Did you? Was this an episode I wasn't there for?
This was one of the two when you were away for.
When I was in Hawaii.
Yep, you were. These were during the Hawaii arc.
Oh, okay, okay. The Hawaii arc.
I literally
played
like
2 weeks.
we got to me trying to do an episode for 2 weeks.
Well, I'll let you. I never even touched this one. I could have if you'd asked me.
It was I think we debated on it, and I think I decided to do it for this just because it would have been easier. Because you believe it or not, you can play this. It's on Steam.
That's awesome,
and it's free, which is cool.
Sweet. All right, what are your thoughts?
So I did play a bit of it. As the first real MMO, like 3D MMO, it was surprisingly still functional. Like it reminded me a lot of RuneScape, like a more janky RuneScape. I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna put this on a B tier. Like it's. I'm trying to think. Like I'd probably play it over all of these games, but I think Siberia is more interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Because it is a surprisingly well thought out MMO for the time, and it's still surprisingly popular. Like it was when I played for a little bit on Steam. Like there were
dozens of people.
I'm surprised there was enough people to feel like the world was alive, which
that's pretty good.
It helped.
But also, I think back then they probably made him to where it was like, oh, if there's only a couple people here, there you go, because they hadn't like blown up yet, right?
Yeah, it was very early on the time.
Is it pre EverQuest?
It's pre EverQuest. It was the first game that used like a 3D engine, I want to say.
Wow.
Like it was a surprisingly interesting re-experiencing it.
Well, maybe I'll check. Maybe in a future episode we can you revisit it and I'll visit it. Maybe we can play together.
We can get see if we can recruit some people to play it.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one in the future, maybe.
Yeah, when we run out of games down the line.
We haven't yet, somehow.
True. Oh yeah, because we keep figuring out there's like more games for this thing than we realize.
Well, there's all those like Japanese exclusive things, but and then I keep seeing like tons of like mahjong games, and I'm like, fucking what the hell?
I mean, we did. Remember when we first started, we were like, we're not going to play Triple Threat, and then we immediately played Triple Threat.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think those are like mahjong as like Japanese play them as like the card game style mahjong.
Yeah.
It's like fucking hell. I don't know if I'm gonna.
We might have to
if I can't learn it in Yakuza, I ain't gonna learn it in some Japanese only 3DO game.
We might have to do like the golf game episode, just kind of stick a bunch together.
Be like they're all the same and they're all shit. Move on.
Yeah. Speaking of Japan only, though, we got Dr. Hauser.
Dr. Hauser, was that the Alone in the Dark clone?
The Alone in the Dark clone that was somehow better than Alone in the Dark, but also
like there was the room where it was like the big hole in the middle of it, or
and that like close with the dude's face, and it was like
I think this was the game when I was working at my little contract job that I talked about. At the very end, there was nothing to do. And I had unlimited access on my computer to do shit, and I literally like booted this up on emulator and played it at work, and I beat it in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, because it's an incredibly short game, but it's a technical marvel. Like
I enjoyed it. I thought it was like fun. Like it controlled kind of wonky, but it's about what you expect. But it felt like it was kind of having fun with the setup. Though the ending where you fight like, was it that weird like ghost head with like a fireball that's like, you like block the fireballs and like get closer to it so that you can like trap it in there. It was like, I'm like, this is silly as hell, but it feels like it's being silly, and I'm gonna give it props for that.
It was kind of like Alone in the Dark, but they like actually thought it out more, and they realized they didn't have to make it long as hell.
Yeah, it's clearly like they played Alone in the Dark and are like, how do we streamline this to make it more like playable, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I fairly enjoyed it. I thought it was solid.
Like I played over Alone in the Dark 2 immediately.
I'd play it. I mean, I played over a lot of the games in B tier, to be honest.
What are you thinking?
It's better than the Horde.
I'd probably play it over Johnny Rock.
I played over Johnny Rock.
Tripped is where I'm wondering, because Tripped is a really good puzzler.
Yeah. I feel like if Hauser was a little bit more involved, it could potentially break the A tier, but I don't think it's going to.
Yeah,
we can put it right there.
Okay.
I think I would rather play Tripped.
Tripped is just such a fun puzzler for what it is.
Exactly.
Dr. Hauser is like...
Dr. Hauser's good, though. Like, an easy recommend. I think we must play it?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Because if not, I'm gonna rectify that. Must go play Dr. Hauser.
I think we said okay, but
fuck it, it's a must play. Go play.
I'm gonna re-listen to our episode because I think we might have been harsher at the time.
Yeah, but thinking about it, I'm like, no, that one is worth playing on this system for sure.
That was also the first game we played after coming back from the Hawaii arc.
Yeah,
now that I think about it.
So yeah, but like I think I've said before in this tier list, like the games I would recommend people play, like the cutoff is somewhere in the middle of the B tier. Somewhere in there is the cutoff. And Dr. Hauser is within the recommends, I think.
See, part of me wants to say around Quarantine and up.
Yeah, or maybe even Blade Force and up.
Yeah, because Blade Force is a gem.
Yeah, that's probably the lowest on the recommended pile.
Yeah, because like Alone in the Dark 2 is a good game, but it's more a good game in the fact that it's so... It isn't trying to be serious like the first game is. It's just kind of goofy, and that's why it was fun.
Exactly.
All right. Next, we have Creature Shock.
Creature Shock. Fuck.
The Argonaut game.
Like, fuck, I'm having a hard time remembering all these. Creature Shock.
I said, oh yeah, this was one that we clearly didn't give a crap about because it has one of our funny must-play okays. I gave it a meh okay, and you said a low K.
Oh yeah, it's that weird like it's like a rail shoot. It's almost like a sewer shark type deal.
It's like sewer shark, but like you don't die as easy, but it's slower.
Yeah, and it's just as confusing. Yeah, I think this should go in. Does it maybe and does it bridge on shit tier? You think? Because
I'd play
because
Armament
looking at
3D
it,
over it, honestly.
I probably would too. I don't know if it's a C though. I feel like I would play Station Invasion over it.
Oh, I mean, Station Invasion is. I feel like we were harsh to the Station Invasion. I'd
Yeah,
play it over Captain J though, because Captain J is fucking infuriating.
Captain J. Yeah, Captain J pisses me off.
I feel so
Yeah.
bad because I was so hyped because I was like, oh god, new 3DO game. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
I want to
Tempest,
like.
hell yeah. And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
oh,
want
it's
to
bad.
like Captain J, but I just can't. Creature Shock. It's just not.
It's there.
It's not. It's not fair. Even looking at footage of it, I'm like, oh, that one, yeah. not good vibes, but
Okay.
good vibes are coming.
Okay, so next we get. So this one's technically a cheat. One of these we didn't play for our show, but we still played it, so I'm going to count it.
Sarge's Heroes, both Sarge's Heroes. The first one.
So I'd say it's better than Advance. So it's medium.
Oh, much better than Advance.
It's around here.
I feel like it goes higher than that.
It's better than Blade Force. Better than Johnny Bazooka Tone.
I'd play it over the Horde.
Okay.
Johnny
Rock, yeah.
Yeah,
Hell,
I'd play over Hauser. I'd probably play it over Tripped.
Because it's Sarge's Heroes is not a bad game. It's a very mediocre game.
Well, how about is it better than Might and Magic?
I'd say no.
Okay.
But that's also because we got to talk about the sequel.
Because I played over Slam and Jam.
Yeah, I think it's safe here. Because
Yeah.
Crusaders is almost like Crusaders is almost like Sarge's Heroes if it was more time was put into
Melee
it.
combat.
Yeah. But speaking of more time put into it, Sarge's Heroes 2, which is immediately better than Crusaders to me.
I played over PO'd. I played over Virtuous. I probably played over
the bird game, honestly.
Does this bridge into the A tier?
Honestly, I think it might.
What's that top game in the B? I don't recognize that.
That's Lost Eden.
Oh, Lost Eden. Oh, would I play this? I would play this over Lost Eden.
Honestly, I think this might actually be an A tier because I think
I feel like I'd played over Wing Commander. I probably played over Plumbers. I don't think I'd played over Bust a Move though.
Okay, because Sarge's Heroes was surprising for how solid it was.
Yeah, two is good. Two I think it's number 2 in my listing. I think
2 was kind of the cutoff where not counting RTS.
It's number 3 actually because RTS is 2 and then a future game is number 1.
Yeah, we'll get to Air Attack.
Yeah, because looking at A, it's like I would play. God damn it, what's that game next to RTS? I can't think of its name.
Return Fire.
I play Return Fire over it. I'd play Battle Tank over it. The Return Fire extra stuff, Samurai Showdown, Bio Fury, Daedalus, Demolition Man, Bust a Move. I'd play all those over Sarge's Heroes.
Okay.
But I'd play Sarge's Heroes over like Plumbers and Wing Commander.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
A surprisingly high ranking for that one.
This game gets too much hate. It is a surprisingly solid Armyman game. It's like the last one, not counting RTS. That's its own thing.
It's one of the few that is like genuinely good.
I think Sarge's Heroes 2 and Air Attack 2 were kind of like the cutoff where the quality stopped. After that, it kind of we'll see going forward.
To be determined, yeah. So
I have high hopes for Portal Runner.
Crime Patrol. Oh yeah, American Laser Games. I really liked this one.
Crime Patrol. I don't think
it's no Mad Dog, but it's way better than Johnny Rotten.
Yes. I think it's A tier. I don't think
it is A. I don't think it's S either.
Because aside from the Say No to Drugs line, they don't have nearly the amount of quotable lines as the Mad Dog games.
I mean, yeah, the guy shooting all the cocaine in the back was hilarious.
Like that's still my favorite quote from that game, but I think actually that's
let's
from
kick some butt.
That's actually from. I think that line's actually the Say No to Drugs. I think is actually from Drug Wars. But
okay. I assume you have Drug Wars down there as well.
Yeah, it's down below.
I put them both like right next to each other. It's A tier. I played over Plumbers.
I'd play it over Demolition Man, to be honest.
Okay. You know what? That's fine.
I think Daedalus is a better FMV game by far,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Daedalus is also just a surprisingly really good FMV game.
Yeah. And then Drug Wars, I'd put it
I'd
right
honestly,
I'd put it right below it.
yeah, they're basically the same game. The only reason I like this one more is for that one quote, but I don't think that really is enough to push it ahead.
No, but they sit right next to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy the fact that they just called the sequel Drug Wars for the
Yeah.
3DO.
And one of the guys looks like Jesse Ventura
Yeah. Such a goofy game.
in the Baja. But yeah, American Laser still killing it.
Yeah.
When their worst game is like in like the
A
upper
B.
half of B tier, they're doing something right.
I mean, this was a good game. I just thought its setup was meh.
It didn't hit like the other ones did, though.
It had its moments, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do we
Right.
have more American Laser games to cover?
There are a few more because I got to look at the titles.
Oh, there's like that sci-fi one.
Which that'll either be amazing or underwhelming. But
It'll
we'll
either
find
be
out.
the best one or the worst one.
Yeah. So next we have
the Tower,
the Tower, aka Sim Tower.
a unique game and a cool game, a game that I've played a little bit more to kind of like get into it and get the vibe, and I've understood it a lot more.
Yeah.
That it's basically just Sim City in a building. Really.
Yeah. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of around that theme park area where it's like,
I'd say it's better than Theme Park.
it is
I
better.
think it nails its concept a lot better.
Like it's surprisingly like the original Sim Tower, or hell, I was actually playing a bit of Uke Tower, like the sequel that the guy made.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept. It's one of those like
yeah.
like kind of like brain games where like you just kind of get locked into it.
Like if I had, like, weirdly enough, if I had it on my phone, I would play it a lot.
Like I'd play it over FIFA, but I mean I'm also not.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to put this at the top of B.
That's actually honestly fair because I'd play it over the goddamn golf game too.
Yeah, I like that golf game, but yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know if it's willing to go. I don't know if I'm willing to put it in A though.
Well, because it is objectively a game that's just better on PC.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really holds it back. Because playing it on PC, it makes sense, but playing it on 3DO is a little, but that's the problem with a lot of PC ports to 3DO. They just try to shoehorn it, and the control scheme just doesn't really match. So yeah, if this was PC, it'd probably be upper A tier, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's
because that's a game that like I've appreciated it the more I've messed with it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get its idea and starting to figure it out. A funky old kind of PC game, but I think it works.
It's just such an oddity, the fact that it was Japan only. Like that still baffles me. I guess because it came out later.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they just thought Westerners wouldn't appreciate it, and they were right.
Or they just didn't want to bother, I guess.
Potentially.
All right, Aqua, the weird puzzle game that could have been fun, but was kind of annoying.
I will say I've now played Wet Tricks like properly because the original Wet Tricks went on sale on GOG for like $1 or something. So I finally played it, and playing it with like a mouse control, I get it now.
I've heard Wet Tricks is just generally better also.
It's the same concept, but it's a little bit more generous with how you place stuff on there, and there's like a practice mode, so you can just kind of learn it, and it's easier. Like the water doesn't drain out right away to where you're fucked, because that was my issue with Aqua was the water would just drain fast before I could really react to it. But here the game it lets you kind of figure it out, kind of a thing. And also having mouse controls, having more control over where I can place things and understand where everything is. Like Wet Tricks is the better version. Everyone was right when they told me to go play that.
Yeah.
They were correct. So good job, guys. But this version, it's not as good as that.
It's definitely not shit, but it's
a C tier. I'd put it above probably Green Rogue.
Okay. I mean,
I'd rather play Psychic Detective because that's just me.
Is it a better puzzle game than Mind Teaser?
Yes, it is.
I kind of like as much as psychic. I feel like is getting the raw end of the deal here, with its placement, but
We can put it above Mind Teaser. That's fine.
because I'd say like Mind Teaser is like
I'd even put it above Foes of Ali.
okay.
But I'd rather play the Dragon Slayer games, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean you can watch those on YouTube and get a better time than playing Aqua.
Yeah, Aqua. Just go play Wet Tricks. Like you can get it on GOG for like dirt cheap. Though that game maxes out at like 480, so it's a little postage stamp on my fucking screen. But,
yeah.
but it is what it is.
It's also not massively expensive on N64.
And you can't maximize the window. I tried to full screen it, and it's like, oh, your computer doesn't support this resolution. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, weird N64 game logic.
Yeah. Well, what I did was for my screen, I went into the system settings and lowered it to like 8x600 or whatever. So I can actually play it on a bigger size.
Gotcha.
So, but it's annoying as hell to do. But you can if you're going to be weird about it.
That's an N64 game I got to hunt down at some point just to play it.
But yeah, neat concept. Once I was able to play more of it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
It's definitely an interesting puzzler. It's one of those that it's kind of like the sequel never is as good as the original kind of thing.
Yeah. Shoehorning it on the PS2 because it was the big thing at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Immersionary.
Another game that could have been better.
The game that's concept was great. So this game is right around Quarantine for me. Like the concept is amazing.
Quarantine is a better game though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Quarantine hits its concept better because Immersionary, everything about it is good until you start playing the game.
Yeah. Also, like Quarantine, there's a lot more to do. Immersionary really kind of it hits its kind of peak right at the start.
Yeah, for sure. When I played above Bazooka Tone,
I definitely. Actually,
I played Bazooka Tone over it, to be honest. I played Blade Force above it, to be honest.
I actually think I'd
rather play Army Men Advance.
Honestly, I'd put it with the other RPG because I think I'd play Alone in the Dark too.
I think I'd play Seal of the Pharaoh more, but it's better than Shockwave.
Okay. That is fair. Yeah.
Dropping down, baby.
And then Phoenix 3.
Oh, that's that other weird 2D platformer thing.
The weird like
FMV platformer. Yeah.
The game that was way cooler in concept than the actual game was.
Exactly. Yeah, another one. Though I think this one is better, but not by much.
It's weird because it's like I think it's more fun than Johnny Bazooka Tone, but I also don't think it's a B tier.
I mean, I'd play it above. Would I play? No, I'd rather play. I feel like I'd rather play Sarge's War. Is that weird?
Sarge's War is fun in a weird way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I put it above Shanghai. That's for sure.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting. It was fun in a weird way, but it was also like this game's jank as fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on.
I was wondering when we were going to get to Shadow War of Succession, but yes, audio listeners, it is the bottom of the ship pile, and it's going to take a very special game to even come close to it.
See,
fucking God.
I was gonna make an additional tier that was just Shadow War of Succession, but then I'm like, nah, we're getting stupid now. So I was like, just put it at the bottom.
No, there's too many tiers and they're all jam packed anyways. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that game, just fuck that piece of shit.
Congrats, Doom. Something's worse than you.
A different scam.
Yeah. R.I.P. Rebecca Heineman. She did the best she could.
Yeah, she passed away recently, didn't she?
She did, unfortunately.
Yeah, shame. All right, Hell, a cyberpunk thriller.
This was a game I really wanted to like, but was kind of.
Is it shit tier?
I wouldn't say shit tier. It's C.
Because if it was the top of the shit tier.
It's C. What did we give this game? I forget.
I think we gave it low OKs, a low K, if you will.
I gave it a meh. You gave it a shrug emoji.
Yeah, that felt right.
I mean, I played over all these.
That feels right, actually.
Yeah, because Green Rogue is more interesting. I mean,
I
the
feel like I'd
Sailor
rather
Moon.
play the Sailor Moon game, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
more
I
interesting.
played over Fatty Bear for sure.
This is one of those things where I kind of want to find that goddamn novel because I feel the novel's more
Oh,
interesting.
do a dramatic reading of it.
Yeah, I did find a
Maybe
copy.
I'll give it to Danny, and then she can do an audiobook version for us.
Here, Danny, read this obscure book based off a 3DO game.
Do it for us. I'll keep subscribing.
It's a door stopper too, so that's kind of a.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Good God.
I saw an image of one on eBay, and I'm like, oh, that's a thick boy. Oh boy.
No. Oh no. Speaking of
All right.
oh no.
Well,
Oh no, that's
actually, no.
that's the original Army Man. Sorry.
Army Man 1. That's actually surprisingly good game.
I liked it. I quite liked it. Yeah, it's again, where did I put it in my ranking?
It's better than Advance.
Oh, easy. I put it above Advance, below Sarge's Heroes 1.
Okay. I played over
the Horde.
the Horde. Probably over
Johnny Bazooka Tone Rotten, whatever. Johnny Rock.
Yeah, Who Shot Johnny Rock? That's what it's
Johnny
called.
Rock. Jeez. I'd play Dr. Hauser over it though.
Yeah, Hauser's more interesting. The Army Man is just a really solid.
Yeah, I mean, and plus we got 2 more of those, so they'll probably be better. 2 in Toys in Space.
2 I've heard. Toys in Space I've heard. I don't know. We'll get to that one eventually.
In due time, yeah.
All right. Dino Park Tycoon.
This one was disappointing.
Yeah, this one was kind of just like it. I won't say it's shit.
Man, that could have been awesome.
I won't say it's shit tier because it is functional, but it's also like it's like baby's first Tycoon game.
I'd put it at the bottom of C. I think I'd play 3D over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of it is literally Dino Park Tycoon is literally like theme park if they held your hand at everything.
And it was in like alpha.
Yeah, because it's the most
it's borderline unfinished.
Yeah. What did we give it on?
I think we gave it Stay Aways.
No, we said okay.
Okay, yeah. I'll accept it then. I'll accept what I said.
I think we were just kind of like, it's whatever.
Yeah, not much to say on that one.
As we've learned from this tier listing, our must play okay stay aways don't mean shit because we change our minds so much.
Yeah, just thoughts change over time, you know.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, I think if we were to redo this, a lot of these games wouldn't move.
No, I think they'd be
I feel like the top and the bottom wouldn't move. It's just the middle you can kind of fidget around a bit.
It's like A, B, and C would kind of probably move around a bit.
A little bit, yeah. Though I don't think A would move that much.
I don't think anything would leave.
There'd be some major moves, I think.
I don't think anything would leave A. I think some stuff from down here might jump up a bit.
For sure.
All right.
Maybe we'll do that like episode 300. We'll just redo the whole thing.
I forget which game this is.
I can't even recognize that.
It's cropped. Oh, it's Rebel Assault.
Oh, yeah. Rebel Assault was fine. Rebel Assault was solid.
That was B, definitely.
Shout out to Will from Friday Night Gamecast for that one.
One of our better performing episodes too. I'm gonna say it's all because of him.
Star Wars.
Well,
I'd
prefer to give Will the credit.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's an easy B tier. I'd put it between Shelly and PGA, personally. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd play it over Shelly. I think
I'd rather play golf, but that's just me.
I mean, my opinions of golf are well known, but that's not the game's fault. Mm-hmm. And that is easily the best golf game. So,
easy. That's the best golf game in the system.
Yeah, because the closest one to it was the weird one.
In fact, that was on sale on GOG, the PC version, and I almost did, but I was like, nah, I've already played that. I'm good.
Ironically, like the golf game that tried to be the most ambitious was the one we liked the least. So that's the funniest part about that.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm okay with it being here.
Yeah, that'll work.
Carrier. It's this.
Carrier.
This isn't a game. So
I have a weird soft spot for it though.
I liked it in the fact that it was perfectly willing to be what it was, but it also wasn't a game, kind of.
No, not at all. No. If it's shit, should it be in shit tier? Even though I'd play it over some of the games in C. To be
Yeah,
fair,
it's
I would.
shit's being mean because it's not bad. It's just not a game.
Like I'd play it over. I probably played over Aqua. I don't think I'd play it over. Again, I don't think I'd play it over the Dragon Slayer games though. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, would you play it over the 3DO version of Dragon's Lair?
Honestly, yeah.
Like maybe break those up a little.
It's not as good as Space Ace.
No, those were better designed.
Yeah, they were.
I just think of the fact that I could barely get past the first screen on Dragon Slayer, so.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll accept that.
All right. Lemmings, this is a.
Oh, Lemmings, yeah. Is that an S tier? I think that's an S tier.
Yeah, that's kind of like around Myst or Out of This World, and the fact that these are just like
iconic games.
Yeah.
Occasionally we slip into an iconic game. Though there's not a bad port of Lemmings, I don't think.
No. I'm sure there is, but it's probably for some weird obscure PC.
I'd play it over Out of This World. I played over Myst.
They're both iconic. Lemmings is probably easier to get into, but Myst is so good.
Yeah, because it's not better than Mortal Kombat 2.
No, that port is
king. It's only gotten better too.
I know. It's actually complete now.
It's better or worse than Myst. Because Myst has like the really solid, puzzles and the great atmosphere. But Lemmings doesn't require game facts to figure it out.
Yeah, that's kind of the big
thing. Though that game can get pretty cryptic near the end, but it takes a while to really build up to that compared to Myst. I'd give Lemmings the edge because it doesn't require a notepad.
Yeah, and Myst isn't for everybody. Lemmings is a game that anyone can pick up.
Yeah. Shout out to Flashback 64 on that one.
Another one of our episodes that's in the 100 plays range.
Yeah, Lemmings will do that to you.
All right. Putt Putt joins the parade. It's better than Fatty Bear.
Oh, easy. But does that enter into a B tier? I don't think so.
No, but I'm going to say it's a higher C. I played over Jurassic Park.
Yeah. When I played over Crash and Burn. What's the game above Crash and Burn?
Off-World.
Okay, I'd rather play Off-World for sure. It's better than Crash and Burn. It is not better than Off-World.
Okay. I mean, Putt Putt was very easy to figure out.
Exactly.
Also, it had the Steve effect where Steve made that game funner than it probably
was. I mean, and it had the crack car, so.
The quotes, honestly, the quotes for Putt Putt are much better than Fatty Bear.
Yeah.
Fatty Bear was trying to be serious. That's the kind of the thing that hurts that game the most.
It's trying too hard to be wholesome.
Yeah. Putt Putt is like absurd when you really think about it.
It really is. Oh, fuck, I didn't sleep. Sorry. Guardian War. I love me some Guardian War. I think this game fucking slaps. One of my favorites on the system.
Would you say A tier, or would you? Just because it's kind of flawed. It's great, but
yeah, I'd play it over Army Men RTS.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd play it over Gex.
Yeah,
That's
Gex,
the tough one. Probably Gex gets the nod because it's just more realized. Because in some ways, Guardian War is just like a 3D Shining Force, but it's not as good as those games.
I think this team, we'll get to it when we get to Lucian's Quest, like whenever
Eventually.
that happens. I feel like Lucian's Quest is the more expanded game from this company.
Yeah, because I think they were probably because it's 2D, so they're just they're able to work with that better, I think.
Yeah, Gex is like kind of straddling S. Like it's if it wasn't the 3DO version, it would probably be an S tier.
Oh yeah. Play that game anywhere else in 3DO. But if the worst version's an A tier, then you're doing all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Outside of that, it's an S.
It's still a great platformer.
Yeah, I can't wait to play the 3D sequels.
I can't wait to play Enter the Gecko. I love Enter the
Gecko.
Eye of Typhoon. I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, the weird fighting game with Jake. Hi Jake. You and your fucking bags of 6% milk. What the fuck are you doing?
The South Korean fighting 3DO game.
I don't remember liking this very much.
I think our entire thing was like it's a worse Samurai Showdown.
Oh yeah. Nowhere near Samurai Showdown.
Is there? I think there's no fighting games in B tier, is there?
I don't even think it's a B tier, to be honest.
I'd play it over Balls.
Yeah, I think I would.
Would you play it over Primal Rage?
Probably not.
Okay, I'd play it over Sherlock Holmes. Personally,
yeah, I would agree with that.
Also, it's the only 3DO game that's like horizontal rather than vertical.
Those damn Japanese horizontal boxes.
No, South Korean. It's even more obscure.
Oh, even worse. Sorry, shit.
This weird CDI game that's here for some reason.
Yeah, that's a shit tier. No. Hotel Mario. Yeah, some dudes cloned us and made a different show.
Yeah, we had a weird existential crisis there.
That was very weird. Hotel Mario. It's not an A tier.
It's not A. It's better.
It's a B. I think it's a B tier.
Yeah, because we determined that it was a fine game.
I think it's better than people give it credit for.
Yeah,
because people just assume it's shit because of the cutscenes and all this other stuff, and it's like
the cutscenes. The cutscenes make it legendary.
Yeah, but there's something there with it. It does get a little too ridiculous near the end of the game, and also trying to emulate that thing fucking sucked. Don't do that.
Well, CDI emulation is brutal.
Yeah, fucking meme.
I'd kind of play it over the Horde. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like I'd play it over Johnny Rock. I don't know. I don't know.
They're both equally as kind of like you start playing them and that's basically the game the entire way through.
Yeah. And I kind of prefer the loop of Hotel Mario to Army Men.
Okay. I think Dr. Hauser's more interesting though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Interesting for good reasons. Hotel Mario is interesting for kind of bad reasons.
Yeah. I love the fact that once like we eventually finish this tier list and like we put it out to the public, they're just gonna look through and be like, why is there a fucking CDI game randomly here?
I mean, there's a lot of random ass games in here that shouldn't be there, but
True.
Whatever.
Like, the only other one
it's our show. Get fucked.
The only other one that's kind of like what is Road Redemption's just here for some reason.
But that's exactly where it should be.
Yeah.
In the shit tier.
All right, Army Men Air Attack. I'd argue this is the S tier Army Men game.
Yeah, it is. I'd play it over Lemmings. I played over Mortal Kombat 2. My heart says no. Just because I'm a Mortal Kombat guy through and through, though.
Yeah.
I can't put it above 2. I just can't. I can't do it.
I mean, it's in S tier regardless.
Yeah.
Because I personally would probably play it over like a couple of these, but I'm fine.
I couldn't. If anything, I would give you MK2. I don't think I could give you Monster Manor though. Yeah,
because Monster Manor is a legitimate
Monster Manor is
gem.
Great. Love that game.
And Icebreaker. Icebreaker is the hidden gem on this system.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, like, even if it goes up in S, it only goes up like one more spot.
Yeah.
That's all I'm willing. That's all I'd be willing to budge on.
It's the S tier Army Men game. Like, it's the one that we hyped up the whole time, and it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, until we get to Portal Runner.
I want to play that. Not soon because we gotta build up to it, but like,
well, we got to get Remember 64. They said they want to do it.
Yeah,
so we got to get them back.
We need that the group
because they were sold on the concept. They're like, I'm in.
It's also the direct sequel to Sarge's Heroes 2, so
So
we
it
have to.
fits. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
All right. Rise of the Robots is.
Oh, that's a shit tier.
All right.
1000%.
Would you play it over Way of the Warrior?
Oh, I'm surprised you never asked me during
That's
the
kind of like
episode. I never thought about it.
I'm thinking about it now because I'm like, okay, this is the other. It's shit tier, but what's the other shit tier fighting? I don't count Shadow.
I'd rather play Way of the Warrior. I'd rather play BC Racers.
Okay.
But would I
Would I watch the Coven again?
I mean,
Maybe.
I would watch pornography over a bunch of these games if we're being real, but but like these ones specifically. How about this? Is it better than that fucking Armadillo game? I feel like I'd rather play the Armadillo game, but it's not better than Neurodancer.
The Armadillo game is just boring. This game is not fun.
Yeah, put it between Armadillo and Neurodancer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I would rather watch Blonde Justice again. Absolutely.
What's funny is I still remember when
I have my priorities, okay?
Yeah. What's funny is when we first did this, I didn't think anything was going to surpass Way of the Warrior as the worst game in your eyes, but then it's like, then we played a lot of these, and it was like,
oh yeah, oh boy,
like Shadow alone was like Ugh. The oh,
that's gonna that one's gonna be hard to top. I will be surprised.
I mean, at least Way of the Warrior feels like there was effort put into it. This game, no. Like,
yeah,
that game
yeah.
is a ripoff.
Yeah, but also it'll be curious to see if a game tops Need for Speed.
That's the thing.
I don't think anything will.
No,
but we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we might. There might be some out there we are missing entirely.
All right. It's nothing.
CPU Bach. That was neat.
It's one of those things where it's like not really a game either, but it's also kind of interesting.
Yeah, I liked it for what it was.
What we said? Okay.
Yeah, I can't must play this. Yeah. I'd put it below Captain Quasar.
Yeah, because I found it more interesting than the golf game.
Yeah, but I'd rather play like Captain Quasar though.
Well, Captain Quasar, there's stuff to do. This game is just you make AI Bach music.
Yeah, pretty much. You put that on the background at your fancy dinner party.
You made AI Bach music before AI was cool. Said nobody. Battle chess. Why is this episode one of our most popular?
People like battle chess, man. What can I say?
I just want to say it was retro.
Or maybe Retro Game Room has a huge audience and we're just not aware of it.
We're unaware.
They're very unassuming, those damn Canadians.
Shout out to those two, by the way.
I don't know so many fucking Canadians. What's wrong with us?
I think there's more Canadians in the network sometimes than Americans.
I'm willing to give Battle Chess a B for Battle Chess.
I mean, it's exactly what it says on the tin. I'd probably play it over FIFA.
Between FIFA and Slam and Jam is fine with me. I'd rather play Slam and Jam.
As someone who doesn't care for soccer or basketball, Slam and Jam is more fun.
Yeah.
So
basketball's an easier sport to video game eyes than soccer, I feel.
That's true. I just find soccer boring, but that's a me problem.
And I want to get in the crowd, like go to a game and just get into the vibe of the audience. I think that's where the enjoyment comes from.
True. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Slayer.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I liked that one.
That one was like a game that was like, what did we give it? I think it was a double must play.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave it a must play. Oh, actually, I gave it a must play. Okay, and you gave it an okay play.
Yeah, okay play. Yeah, because it's worth a play, but I wouldn't say must. But I think it's a B tier for sure.
Honestly,
go ahead.
It's better than Slam and Jam.
It's better than Slam and Jam. It's better than Sarge's Heroes.
Probably. It's more thought out.
Is it better than Might? Is it better than Might and Magic?
I see. I see it. It's kind of argue. It's fighting with Virtuoso for me.
Okay, I was thinking the same. I would play that over Virtuoso.
Okay, because I'd play Cannon Fodder first, but Cannon Fodder is
Yeah, I
just a
would play.
funner
Yeah,
game.
I'd play Cannon Fodder. Maybe ugh, depends on my mood if I would play that over Cannon Fodder. They're neck and neck, but Twisted's better than both of them.
Yeah, well, Twisted is legendary.
Exactly. So, all right, what do we got next?
F1 GP. This
Oh,
is
that's a shit tier. That game was trash, bro.
yeah. I played over
Uh,
Captain J. Like,
I guess.
I mean, it was I had more fun with it than Road Redemption.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I did for sure.
I'd probably put it below Station Invasion
You know, sure, why not?
because this game's just difficult because it's a fucking sim on a system that can't handle it.
Yeah, sim racers in a pre-Gran Turismo world are just awful.
I find this game more fascinating than anything. The fact that it exists at all.
Yeah, I could live with that. I could live with that.
Station Invasion though had the what's that smell, and that immediately just makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Sewer
Shark. A game that I think people would put in the shit tier, but it's not.
I mean, if it was, it would be the top, but I don't think it's a shit game.
Not
Not a B, but it's definitely in the C somewhere.
Where in the sea? Where in the sea?
So I'd say it's above Fatty Bear.
I'd rather, yeah. It's better. It's better than Green Rogue.
Okay.
It's better than Syndicate.
Okay.
It's better than Royal Pro Wrestling.
Balls.
It's better than Ball. It's better than Sherlock.
Played over the golf games.
It's better than Starblade. Is it better or worse than Captain Quasar?
They're both equally frustrating at times.
Yes, but I would stick with Quasar more than Sewer Shark.
Quasar's trying to be something more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This game's just kind of like funny FMV, haha.
Yeah, and I like its head being right above Syndicate's head.
Yeah, that is, and then the hell head.
Yeah, inside every man is 3 wolves.
I mean, it's actually we got like an L of faces going on here.
Yeah, an upside down L. Yeah,
Waluigi is here.
He's in our hearts.
It's probably going to get ruined at some point, but we'll just enjoy this for now.
Yeah. Okay. Iron Man World War. Oh,
that's worse than 3D immediately. So that's
yeah. Let's see. I'd play it over. Honestly, it can be in the top of the shit tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's technically a better game than 3D, but 3D just seemed better for some reason.
Yeah, for sure.
There's going to be 3 more of these at some point.
Oh God! Shockwave 2. What a surprise!
That is I want to say an A tier.
Oh yeah.
Like hell, I'd play it over.
I put over Wing Commander. Would I put over above Plumbers?
I mean, it is a better game than Plumbers.
Yeah, it's not better than Sergeant Heroes 2 though.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
There. Yeah, that's one of the more surprising ones though.
It's easily the best space shooter I think we've played on the system.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like checking S tier just to make sure I didn't miss one. Well, I mean, not counting Argument Air Attack. That's not really
a space shooter. Get out of here.
Shooter style.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think it's fine there. It was the biggest surprise, especially considering the first Shockwave is down here.
That or Daedalus Encounter. Those two were very surprising.
Yeah, Daedalus was a big surprise in all honesty, just because I wasn't expecting to have like a legitimately good FMV game.
Yeah, for sure. The next is Dennis Miller's That's News to Me. We can put that in the shit tier.
That's
I would put it lower. I would put it honestly, I'd put it between Doom and Sex.
what a statement out of context.
You can put that on the back of the box.
I mean,
Because
these are
because like the
these
Doom port is just broken, you know.
and
But
was
like,
made by an awful human being who's
yeah,
somehow more awful than Dennis Miller.
yeah, I'm just saying something. And this Miller was so fucking shit. But like, I would rather watch a bad
I
pornography
mean,
any day of the week.
these games have about the same amount of content.
And the same hair.
I don't know. You're being mean to the sex girl.
Yeah, it's true. I wonder where she is these days. Hope she's doing okay. She's probably a grandmother now.
Yeah, these are older ladies probably by now. But
Yeah, probably grandmothers who want to forget all about this, or maybe they still hang out at AVN.
do you remember being on this 3DO game? 3D what? And
No, could you imagine we do a vlog of like we go to like the AVN awards and we're like holding and we're like have pictures of those, be like, do you recognize these women? We need to talk to them. It's very important.
we're here for research, we swear.
Yeah, we're talking to women just with like their tits out, being like, do you know this woman from this random Vivid thing? It was on the 3DO. You know what we're talking about? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They're gonna be like, these are not the nerds we were expecting.
And then our last one goes to the moon.
So it's better than
Joins the parade. Absolutely. It's still not better than Offworld though.
yeah, it's just a more
I feel like all the putt-putts are just going to be in a line.
they get better until the last one. The last one is god awful.
So yeah, that is now our tier list. Sorry, audio listeners, we're not going to reiterate the entire thing because there was way too many games on here.
Yeah,
there's like it's not 150, but it's in like the 130s, 140s.
Yeah, there's quite a few because we definitely not all of our episodes have been game episodes.
Yes. So the top of the list is The Need for Speed.
Yep.
A fantastic game, well worth your time. And then the bottom of the list is Shadow War of Succession, a thoroughly terrible, awful game that you should never touch with a 1,000-foot pole.
I'm actually so it aside from S and A, it's actually kind of cool. Well, actually, no, the C we also didn't change, but like we did change the top game in a few categories.
Yeah. The top of the shit is it's a lot of army men, if you've noticed. Top of the shit tier is World War, top of C is Sarge's War, top of B is Sarge's Heroes 1.
Oh no, the top of B is the tower.
Oh, the tower. Never mind.
I do
ironically the tower is at the top of B.
Yeah. Ironically, we did accomplish though that there is now an army men game in each tier.
That there is, yeah.
And ironically, most of them are in B tier, which makes sense. We haven't really got to the.
It's a B tier franchise.
Yeah.
Well, next week we're playing another one, and it might end up in the shit. Who knows?
We're playing one of the most infamous ones next week.
Yes, we should tell them for those who've stuck around this long. Again, thank you all for 150 episodes. This is really weird that we've done it this long. But it's been great. Love doing it. So thank you all for listening. And thank you, Bill, for putting up with me all these years.
No worries, man. Thanks for helping me keep this thing going.
Of course. And yes, next week we are going to be continuing our Army Men sub-series Odyssey. We're going to be playing Army Men Major Malfunction.
The first officially divorced from 3DO entry, and you can understand why there wasn't many after it.
My sealed copy is sitting back here. Should I break the seal for this episode?
If you'd like, it's up to you.
You know what? Well, let's end with a little ASMR, shall we? A little treat. Fuck.
Real quick, let me see if I can make you bigger. No, that made you smaller. Oh, now you're just gone.
That's what she said.
All right, yeah, you're a little bit.
So here we go. Army Men, Major Malfunction. You can see the seal. In fact, on the back, it has a Coles sticker.
Coles.
Fucking
sticker.
Coles.
What is that face on the back? I've never actually looked at the back cover. No, the other one up higher. Yeah, that guy. Like, what is going on there?
It says, "Do not fail, hoorah." Over 30 missions to complete. Oh, fuck. Conquer the story, arena battle, time trial modes, destroy 23 different enemy toys with 16 lethal weapons. From Team 17, our buddies at Worms. Is there a Worms game on 3DO? I feel like there should be.
I don't think so.
That's weird. It feels like it should be on 3DO. Anyway, I am breaking the seal. How much did I pay for this game? I don't remember.
You probably paid less than me, and my copy was not sealed. So,
oh, feel that.
some,
Talk about physical games. Am I right?
some reseller online is like just crying right now. They're like, "No, you broke the seal."
You weren't gonna make much money on this game anyway. You ships.
They're the same guys that have like crates of the fucking Burger King games.
It even still has the factory seal. Xbox
Oh yeah, back when they
on it.
still did that.
Yeah.
Did you notice they just gave up on those on CDs?
Yeah, though new like series games still have it.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, on I noticed on CDs they stopped doing it recently, and I'm like, oh, that's good.
Can you hear that?
Oh, is the glue like residue there?
Oh no, it's gone.
Oh, nice.
And then what I like to do is I put this in a little ball, and then I try to seal the ball with.
Okay, I'm glad that's not just a me thing.
It's about what I had. People get money doing this for an hour.
I know.
We're in the wrong business.
I mean, people used to get paid to.
I do like me some ASMR, though. I won't deny it. But yeah, you can open it. Ooh, look at how fresh that is, baby. Ooh. The Global Star Software registration card.
Oh, you can register it and see if they get back to you.
Check the game systems you own. PS2, not anymore. PSP, technically. Xbox, Xbox 360, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Gaming PC, and other. Yes, a Coleco Telstar Arcade.
3DO.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
They should have, for reference, included 3DO as a little joke.
That would have been cute. Yeah, and then there's that clean disc. Look at that. Look at that. You can see my webcam. This is what I'm rocking. It says 2K, but I don't believe it.
I do love those old OG Xbox cases. They were just so thick, like plastic.
Yeah, Mountain Dew green too.
Yeah. And then,
what game you think is advertised on the back?
Worms.
No. I've seen this game before. I've never played it. Classified: The Sentinel Crisis.
That's a Global Star game, all right.
Different vision modes, including night vision and enemy scanner. Why is that the first thing? Take part in covert and action-oriented FPS missions as a member of a CIA splinter group. MK29 personal weapon can be customized and enhanced. Developed by Taurus, who made a lot of actually pretty decent GBA games.
Oh yeah, they made like all the Doom ports, and they made the 2 onward. They did the Duke Nukem Advance, a whole bunch of fun games.
Oh yeah, I'll read this little introduction to kind of tease people. Armyman, major malfunction. Sarge is dead. May he R.I.P. rest in plastic. And to make things worse, Major Malfunction now has control of the Deathmaker. It's the Deathmaker. As Private Anderson, Mr. Anderson, you're the last hope to save toy kind. Your mission is to defeat Major Malfunction's army of deranged toys before they melt your metal. I don't know if that makes sense, but all right. So this was the era where they were still doing manuals, but you can tell they were starting to cheap out because it's all black and white.
Black and white.
And it has a few pages, but it's not like super detailed. But, it gets the job done.
Does it have an unnecessary amount of note pages?
No.
I missed the...
I would write notes in a few of the games, depending on what it was, though. So, but yes, this is what we're covering for next week. I've broke the seal. I've lost $2, so I have no choice but to play it now.
Yeah.
30 missions. How many do you think we'll get through?
Yeah, I'll be lucky to get through 10.
We'll see. Who knows?
If my memory.
Maybe there'll be a breeze. Maybe we'll just breeze through this game.
See, if my memory of this game is what it is, I don't expect to get very far.
Oh, God.
And it's still not even technically the worst game in the series, if that's believable.
I don't think we have not played the worst game in the series yet.
Yeah, I think it's ironically the other non-3DO divorced 3DO one.
How Long to Beat doesn't even have a listing.
Because nobody's finished it.
Oh, there's one beat on here, but they didn't list their time. God,
Which leads me to believe they cheated. They
what makes you
cheated their way.
think that?
Because knowing this game, like the only way to get through it is to cheat.
Well, that's not a good sign. Talk about a major malfunction. This long play on YouTube is 6 hours, 6 hours and 14 minutes.
That sounds about right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, kiddos.
I don't expect to play this for 6 hours. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, 150 episodes. Here's to at least 50 more. We'll definitely get to 200.
We'll definitely give up. You're like, I can't do this anymore.
No, I'm contemplating how many games realistically we'll have left. We'll definitely hit 200.
I mean, looking at the list, there are still quite a few interesting games we have not touched yet.
I think we'll do 2 more.
And a lot of potential guests as well. Yes. Not to say too much, but there are definitely some interesting games people want to jump on in the future. So,
yes, and also 3D ounce. There'll definitely be a bunch of 3D ounce.
Of course.
Yeah. So here's to many more. I guarantee we'll get at least 2 more tier lists. Probably maybe 3. We'll find out. But yeah, I guess now. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on the 3DO experience. You can find 3DO all the podcasting platforms and check us out on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site. Whole bunch of videos, blogs, podcasts, awesome group of people in general. I can't talk. It's because it's tired, you know.
It's okay.
Shout out to Ezra again for having me and Tony on. Be sure to check that out if you want to hear more of our thoughts on the PlayStation thing. We also go off the rails because what podcast doesn't go off the rails?
Exactly. And shout out to the SNES podcast because my guest appearance for Fire Pro Wrestling came out, I think it was Friday. Mm-hmm. So go listen to that if you want to hear me shoot the shit on wrestling.
Nice. And yeah, look forward to more 3DO in the future. And until next time, guys, once again, thank you for listening, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.